What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing on this fantastic Friday night? I forgot to boot you from the show to give you a grand introduction, but here's my good friend Jeremy joining us tonight. What's up, pal?
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. I see Dano out there. What's going on? Dano.
First, he gets the award. He gets the award. Twisted, what's up, my man? How are you, sir? You getting your food delivered already? I see that smile on your face. Usually that smile means that food's being brought to you.
Me? No, we're cooking. We're cooking tonight. I gotta cook. I gotta help cook tonight. A little later.
Okay. What are you making? Look at that. We're 1 minute 15 in and we're already discussing food with you.
You asked.
I know. It's your thing.
It's healthy. Chicken and vegetable stir fry.
Nice. Very cool. Tigo's here. What's up, pal?
Hard knob life.
Very proud.
Is
Very
that
proud.
knob?
A lot of good things.
Is that knob?
It's a hard knob life for us.
Yeah, but is that our guy? Is that
Yeah. The mixtape volume 3. He's I don't think anyone else would want that picture on their what's up, Dane? Hello. Yeah, nobody else would want that picture on their laptops or phones, man. That's like FBI knocking on your door type of photo right there for our buddy. Yeah, we got a couple more people going to be popping in shortly. Thank you, James. Thank you. Did the beard, got the beard bomb in, looking fresh, looking nice, feeling good. 6 weeks sober today. So Fridays are going to be the show, and Fridays are going to be a weekly celebration also. 1 minute late. I guess we need to extinguish our torches. Yes. You can cancel the subscription. You had a good 4-day run, Dane. I appreciate you, and thank you for all the contributions to the channel before leaving. Knobcraft changed his name like 4 times last night. Had me dying every time. Knob is becoming, and I don't want to say the name because if we say his name, he appears. But you know the other character very well. You had adoption papers filed.
Oh God, let's never talk about that.
So Knob is becoming as long as he's not talking about chicken cutlets and raviolis, he's good. He's welcome to stay under whatever name he wants. My man Rob, how you doing, pal? Welcome.
What's going on, Rob V?
So we got what's on your mind? Give me your Jets thoughts right now. Here we are 6 days out from the draft. This time next week, 6 days from now, the clock will be ticking for many teams. Well, what's your thoughts? What's your give me your this needs to happen aside from the Rodgers trade. let's take that one off the table. This needs to happen, and God, I hope this doesn't happen.
I hope that we don't walk out of this draft without a center that we like and feel is plug and play. So for those of you who don't think that's possible, 2 years ago, we thought for sure we were going to take a cornerback. We didn't think we were going to go in with Bryce Hall and Eccles. And we didn't really. We took secondary guys, but that were converted to linebackers, and we didn't address cornerback. And it didn't even end up being as bad as we thought, except it feels that way now compared to what we had last year. But my fear is that somehow that happens. We come out of this draft and we didn't get Whippler or JSN or Avia or Titman. Like, if we don't get one of those guys, I'm not going to be feeling very good.
I get that. I mean, you took mine, so I'll go a different route. I want a D lineman. I want another D lineman. Either if it's a tackle or if there's an edge that they really like. If they like Ajulari, who I loved his brother last year or 2 years ago, and we need to keep replenishing. The discussion that Jets fans have been fixated on are we don't have tackles. Becton could be out of contract next year. Brown can be out. We don't have depth long-term at tackle. Carl Lawson could be out next year. JFM could be a cap casualty. But none of us at this point view Huff as an every down player. He's a pass rush specialist. Clemens was nice, but we got to see more before we could say he's a starting level edge. You know, he's got that Justin Tuck ability to move inside and out with his strength. And you can never have too many guys that hit the quarterback, right? They protect the quarterback, hit the quarterback. It's the most important two things in the NFL after getting the quarterback. So I don't think you're going to see. I mean, if Lucas Van Ness falls to 13, somebody can't see. Does that make the room pause for a minute? You know, did they stay true to the board? You know, they stay to their rankings. You know, Douglas is true to the board. He doesn't draft for need. He will draft the player. I mean, I don't think any of us, not many of us, we all thought Edge last year was at 4, right? Like we thought it was Thibodeau. You and I were very big that it had to be Thibodeau. You had to get an elite edge rusher. I was a mute when it happened, when we drafted Sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't fully love the Sauce pick until we came up and got Johnson. Now the tandem made it that much better for me because I love the D line. So you're going to see additions to the D line. You're going to see additions to the offline. Last year we hit with the cornerback and the receiver. We got 2 elite skilled guys. There's always time to add to that, but I think the state of the Jets right now, 6 days out, it's either going to be D-line or O-line at 13 if someone falls onto their lap that they love. But then whoever we don't get there, we can get with. We all assume we're going to have 1 second-round pick, right? I think it's all safe to say we think one of the twos is going to Green Bay.
Yeah, there's some.
We come out O-line, D-line, 1, 2. I'm happy.
I see some lunatics project that we're gonna, the Jets are gonna trade 42 and 43 to Green Bay for Rodgers, and that's a load of crap. We're not giving them both.
Agreed. And the fact that there are no talks and there are no rumors make me fully believe that there's an agreement. And it depends how the board falls, how it's going to play out, right? There's no rumors coming out. There's no stories coming out. Douglas is firm. I don't care how many, Jack and Cokes you have with Boomer to say he's going to be here. He plays everything close to the best. There's no leaks coming out of Florham Park, right? And he says that, which means it's a done deal. We just have to wait for the final piece of the puzzle to come in, which would be the draft board and how it falls. What do you think about that?
Yeah. No, I mean, what I expect is probably going to happen is during day 2 when they're up to like pick 35 or 36, you're going to hit a little din, 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 as it would say, alert. And there's going to be the New York Jets trade for Aaron Rodgers for exchange of pick 42 or 43 and a conditional pick, whatever the package is. And it's just going to be announced that way. And we're all going to know. That's what I expect to happen. I think that there's a very good chance it'll happen. And if it doesn't happen, then good. Because, okay, let the stare down go on, but we'll get all of our picks this year. And we'll happily take both those second-round picks. And we'll worry about what we have to give up for Rodgers for next year. But this way we get to stack the team with everything, we can to, compete this year and to go all the way.
All the way. I love it. The sound of that, right? The sound of that just sounds so smooth coming off the tongue. Let's see what we got. James says, James is my tailgate buddy. He runs a tailgate that we're at that you came to for the opener. That's my buddy James. He's a good dude. Really good dude. We need to get some stud O-line guys. Yeah. Right? Like it's not even guy. It's guys. It's plural. So, we need another tackle. We need center. Let's just get into it. One of the topics that we were going to discuss is our dream selections, right, for 13. So we'll do 13 and 42 since it's just me and you. If we have some other people pop in, we'll just extend it. Give me your dream selection at 13. Well, within reason, right? Like Will Anderson, somebody within reason who potentially who's been projected to be on the board. Like, who's your guy?
Well, this could frustrate some people because I don't know. Like, so my dream thing that happens with 13 is that we actually find a trade partner. To be honest, what I'm hoping for is that it's traded. What I'm hoping for is that we get a second or third round pick this year, aside from exchanging the first round picks, like we get a pick like 60 or 62 or whatever it is. We get some pick between 50 and 70 or whatever it is, right? And we get like a second round pick next year, and we go down to whatever it is, 22, 23, 20, whatever it is, and still are able to get a Darnell White or an Antoine Harrison, like still get an offensive tackle, still get one of those top 4 or 5 guys at that place, but also that extra pick to replace the third round pick that we missed, and to get what could be the trade capital for Rodgers next year. So we still have all our picks next year because we get that back. So that's my dream scenario. I don't know if it's going to happen, if there'll be a trade partner, but if I had my number one thing happen, it would be that scenario.
Nice. I've been saying this since January, and maybe even during the season when the collapse started. I believe that I said, I see Joe trading completely out of the first round. Let's not forget, we have 3 first round picks last year. Those contracts add up. When you're giving $10 million or more guaranteed a year to players, they add up. You can't have a team of 7, 8 first round picks and on their first contracts, because you're number one, you're not be able to keep everybody. And to be successful in this league, you have to build in the middle of the draft as well. That's almost more important to me, because now you're getting guys $600,000 for the first 3-4 years who are not eating up cap space, that allows you to make a move in free agency, especially a team like us that our window to win, I believe, is beginning to happen. Like, this is a year where it's year one where we're all saying it's time to go in, right? It's time to make that Aaron Rodgers move. The roster is good enough to do it. Quinnen is a no-brainer. This real quick with Quinnen. Quinnen is patiently waiting it out and letting all of the other defensive tackles sign their deal, and then he's going to come in and top them all. Hargrave got 84. Simmons got 94. Lawrence and Wilkins are next. And speaking of next, like, he popped in just as I said the word. You know him. You love him. He's the historian of the group. There you go. I tied that in today. He's a trivia master. Let's welcome our good buddy Adam to the show. What's up, pal?
I am doing excellent, guys. Another long work week on. Well, not in my case. It's actually a 6-day work week. I got to work open house tomorrow from 9 to 4. But no matter how late this thing goes tonight, man, where else would I rather be than with you guys tonight, talking some Jets. And, man, it seems like this draft has taken months to get here, but it is here, and I am super excited to see the next additions to this team, to see our next steps towards greatness. How about you guys?
Absolutely. Very good way to come in. I like it. So we're discussing right now, and Jeremy, you have controls also. How do you take these numbers off the box?
I don't, and I don't know why I don't.
I'm looking at it. I haven't seen that on anyone else's before, and all of a sudden I pop up and it's there.
I don't know why it didn't happen this time. Maybe I need to re-sign in to my stream account and then select that thing.
Pop up and it's there.
Like hitting your link didn't work. Because right now I can't highlight anything or do anything. So you want me to try? Let me try to get out and come back in and see.
Okay.
If
all right. All right. Cool. Yeah, I don't even know. It says show display names.
What's going on? We got some technical issues. What's going on here?
No, look in the top corner. Do you see number 1, number 2 in our? Oh, that's just on my feed then. Okay. All right.
All I see in the upper right is powered by StreamYard.
In our boxes, I have a 1 for me in the top on this side, and then a 2 for you, and then
I don't have
3.
No,
okay.
Don't have that.
I guess that's the view. I thought that was on screen.
Nope.
All right, cool. So what we were just discussing. Where is he? He's here. Okay. Oh, go.
He can't make up his mind.
All right, he can do his own now. That's good.
I can do it. Yeah. Okay, that works. That works.
So, Jerry, your dream thing is trade down. That's your best thing at 13. Trade down to get more picks.
I mean, a trade down that would include that package, right? To get us that second to third rounder this year and the second rounder next year, and we still are able to get one of those top 5 OTs. So there's a lot of things that have to come together for it all to be the dream. But yeah.
Okay. Go ahead, Adam.
So we're asking, what is the best case scenario as far as the draft
Your
goes?
best scenario of 13, this like the within reason, right? You can't say Will Anderson. I mean,
Oh, well.
with players projected to be there.
Well, I had a long snapper in mind at 13, as you figured I would know. This is a year where I feel like most years I've got 1 or 2 guys who I really want in the draft, more above so than anybody. I'm at the point now, whether it's Skoronski, whether it's Jones, whether it's Johnson, I'm not going to be really even Kalijah Cansey. I can go with it and I can get behind it. I can't have scenarios where I will be, legitimately disappointed or legitimately upset with what the Jets do because, the Jets aren't about to draft like a quarterback. They only have – this is one of the first drafts in a long time where the Jets really don't have to go BPA. This is a spot where we know what the Jets' needs are, but they have to be addressed. The thing with it is Joe Douglas will go anywhere. A lot of people didn't think quarterback was necessarily a need, but a want. And it's very important to distinguish between a want and a need. But I see a need at center. I see more of a want in offensive tackle and defensive tackle. I actually think defensive tackle, this might be a little controversial, but I would look at defensive tackle as more of a need than offensive tackle because I feel like we could get through 1 year. Okay, I know you're always drafting for the future, but between Becton, Brown, Mitchell, I feel like we can roll with what we have. Now, I want an offensive tackle. Do not get me wrong, but I feel like we have guys who can legitimately start from what we have. I don't feel that way necessarily about center, and I don't feel that way about defensive tackle once you get past Quinn and Williams. But I expect one of the second-round picks to go, most likely 42. I don't think we're going to have 3 picks in the top 43. So, like Jeremy said, if there's a scenario where you can trade down and pick up an additional 3rd or an additional 4th, I'm open-minded because, there's a number of guys I would take in the first round, and I would be okay with it.
Nice. So, Dane, I know you're new to knowing me. There's been some difficulties in life. I just found a new place to live and then getting life back in order. When I got stuff out of storage, my good friend here, Adam, had bought this for his Virginia Jets fan club when he came out to the opener last year. And I jokingly put it on my wall in the apartment where he stayed with me. And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, I had to get up and bring him to the train station. And we never took it off the wall and he left it. So kudos to Adam. And I sent him a picture of something the other day that I really liked, and he liked it too. And I'm going to get that out to him to replenish the gift. And then this is the towel from the opener that we were at. The issue is these 2 are closet doors. And as I'm redoing the space here, I'm going to try to get the computer on a solid wall. We got some rearranging we got to do. But, oh, shoot, I didn't even see. Enough about this place. Let's bring in another guest before his show tonight. Tigo, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Tigo.
Welcome.
Man, you were just pumping out the content right now. You're giving Jake Asman a run for his money, man.
You have to. The reason Jake Asman has 30,000 subs.
I like
Twisted,
it.
I appreciate
This
that.
is the channel where we could fire shots at everybody because number one, not many.
Nobody watches.
Hey, if anyone's gonna put me down, it's gonna be me.
I wasn't even taking a shot at Jake. Jake pumps out content like it's two 2 to 3 hour long episodes a day. It's insane how much content he pumps out.
Yeah.
And he's got the radio background, so he can do that smoothly.
Tigo, what's the sound?
Coke can that you're squishing in your hand?
Is that a mini? Is that a mini? Or are you Andre the Giant holding a can in your hand?
It's a mini.
Okay. Also, you look like Andre the Giant holding the beer can.
I like the way he said it, though. It's a can that you're swishing in your hand.
But the thing is, you didn't hide it well. Like, you did it up here. It's like me
I know,
saying,
I
what am I
shook
doing? It's just like you're squishing a water bottle in your hand. I can see it. Now, like, it would have been better. Like, what's that noise? It's off camera. You can't see it. It's me banging my metal straw against my hockey cup.
Who's Hard Knob Life? I'm recall seeing that. Is that somebody that we already know with a different
Yeah, it's
name?
Knobcraft.
Knobcraft.
That is Knobcraft? Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
I said earlier,
Joe
like,
Douglas.
who else? You're not allowed to have that
Here you
picture on your.
That makes
You look at
sense.
him there, like FBI would show up if any other human being had that photo on their laptop or cell phone. They'd be knocking at the door, like, we need to have a discussion. Hey, Dom, what's up, pal? Hopefully you can pop
question.
in here in a little bit. Shoot,
Quick
what do you
question is
got?
like before I came on, you guys were talking about like dream scenarios with 13. How far do you fall back? What's the farthest you go back? Because let's be real. If
I'll
you
take
trade
two.
back, you're giving up a tackle in the first round. That's essentially the way that I look at it.
If you go to 16 to
No.
21,
Okay, who's Washington coming up for
they could
in
want
that
to get.
scenario?
They could want to get in front of the Patriots and take somebody that they think that they might take, which I'm
Maybe
fine
it's-
with, right?
Maybe a
But again-
JSN. Maybe somebody wants like the top wide receiver.
Oh, JSN.
JSN's gone
there.
at 12.
It's the Packers deal. If he's there for some reason,
There
right?
you go.
It's the Packers deal. I
Yeah.
think that's who the Packers are waiting on, and if he's there, that'll be the deal.
But it's one of the. I think JSN's gone at 12. Like JSN can
he's
go to
gone
Atlanta.
earlier.
He can go to Houston. Hell, he can go to the Eagles. There's a ton of things there. I have a
The
big
Eagles?
concern. Yeah, why
Never-
not triple up on a hat, dude? They're
They're
a
pretty
complete
freaking
team.
good at wide receiver already.
So were the Cincinnati Bengals when they took Jamar Chase number 3 overall.
Okay, well then by that, I guess that's true. But by that argument, then every team's in play to draft a wide receiver right in the first
Well,
round.
no,
right?
absolutely. But the difference is other teams have needs. The Eagles don't.
Yeah,
What do
that
the
is not a
Eagles
need
need?
for the Eagles. Yeah,
No,
They could take a
Eagles
luxury
don't
pick, I
have a
get it.
need. They're a complete team. They lost nobody important. What do the Eagles desperately need?
A
Nothing.
third wide receiver. You put JSN with Smith and Brown,
That's what I'm saying.
or
Like, I'm not
here,
saying that it's likely,
you
but
give
maybe.
them Bijan Robinson. Like, this is a luxury pick.
I mean,
You
Exactly.
have your pick at 30 because you were in the Super Bowl. This is a luxury pick for the Eagles, and you can go where you normally don't go. And you can run the option, the RPO with Robinson and Hurts instead of Sanders and Gainwell. How much better
Sanders
is
is
that going to
gone.
be?
Well, the
That's
reason
what I'm
I
saying.
say-
But last year, those were guys that they were running
Yeah.
it with.
the reason I say it's my dream thing to scenario is because, yeah, I agree that it's a dream because it's not an automatic thing. Like when I say it's a dream to trade back and get a tackle and get, it's a dream because I know it's not. You have to have a trade partner, and the right guy has to still slip. Like I get it.
It's not even having a trade partner. There are trade partners. The Steelers, the Bucks, the Chargers, the Seahawks. These are all guys that might be wanting to come up depending on how the board falls and how things go. But my thing is teams who want to get in front of New England and to convince the Jets to leave their pick at 13 are all coming up for one position and one position only. And that's offensive tackle.
Mm.
And when you take into consideration that there are legitimately 4 teams in front of the New York Jets that theoretically could take a tackle, it's hard for me to say, like,
Well,
if the Bucks come up, they're coming up for a tackle. If the Bucks
well,
come
what
up,
about if some of the scenarios that we've done, right? If it goes tackle hungry, somebody could pop up and go for Gonzalez or Porter. Someone can want to jump the Patriots to get their corner. We moved up for Revis years ago in the teens, right? We moved up 3-4 spots, I believe. So
but
if somebody like Gonzalez is there at 13,
take them.
I know
who's the
that's
best Patriots wide receiver? They have Juju now, but and Juju to me is like a 2 or a 3 maybe.
Yeah, he's a
who's
wide
the best
receiver.
Patriots
Yeah.
wide receiver?
But the Patriots have not been good. They had a guy last year who came on a little bit, had a game
The
here or
Miami
there.
guy. Who's the Miami kid that they traded for?
Parker.
Devontae Parker.
Devontae
Devontae.
Parker. Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I forget his first name. Is it KJ Kendrick? Something Bourne.
Is
one of
Oh
the-
Gaffney
yeah,
still there?
Kendrick Bourne came over from San
Ken-
Francisco.
Kendrick?
But he didn't do a whole heck of a he was pretty much a no.
I'm not saying that they're
Yeah.
complete at wide receiver, but Bill's not taking a wide receiver at 14. I can almost guarantee that. I'd be willing to bet money that even if JSN and all the guys were there at 14,
Hey.
that they're not
Hey.
taking it. They're
Hey,
walking
hey,
away
Max
with a
there.
quarter.
If Mac's there, they got to do what they can to help him, and that could, it stands to reason it would be offensive tackle.
Tannehill
Hey.
to New England.
That actually makes some sense. But you know what? I still make the argument there are at least 4 teams in front of the Jets that need a quarterback, and I'm betting on those teams going after the quarterback. I'm expecting at least 3 quarterbacks in probably the top 5-6 picks. I really do. The more quarterbacks and cornerbacks that go in the top 12, the better this is shaken out for the Jets.
I agreed, but my argument is not for taking a tackle at 13. One of them will be there. The thing that I'm saying is I think that we all agree that the Jets need to walk away with a tackle in the first round. It is their biggest area of concern for this football team when it comes to winning in the short and in the long term. I think that we can all kind of agree to that. I know that you said it before, Adam, with like you have a concern at center and a defensive tackle. I don't have a concern at those spots because if you look at free agency, there's still a ton of defensive tackles that are out there. And Ben Jones is waiting for this draft to become a New York Jet. I know that in my heart. I believe that he's waiting for the Jets to take a center in the second round that's not ready to start. Because if you take Luke Whippler, he's not ready 100% to start. You can go get Ben Jones at that point.
Speaking of Whippler, let's bring in somebody whose camera whips around every time he moves in the room. That was a fancy, outstanding segue. He calls it artificial intelligence and AI. I believe that he's so big and popular on YouTube that he has hired a midget to just stand there and be his cameraman. Let's bring in the Buffalo Jet fan. What's up, buddy?
You know what it was? I think, honestly, is that the guy who's working the camera back there told him his name was Al, but like wrote it down, and he just saw an A and an L, and he was like, he's AI. There it is.
Nice.
What's up, boys?
Move a little bit. Show everybody in case they missed it. Give us a little. The camera.
There's Al in the background working the camera.
I'm going to put the joke on me as to not disrespect anyone, but man, that camera would work wonders in a bedroom. You can do whatever you want and always be in the center of it.
Don't give him any ideas. It's already working.
I can't be the first person ever thinking that, Adam. I've been single for a while. There's no way that I'm the first guy to come up with that idea.
I can relate. The only girls who try to reach out to me lately are like polyamorous girls. They just want me as the latest piece on their chessboard. Good Lord. And that is not a joke either. That's the truth.
Do they want you as the queen?
Checkmate. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's throw it to Kev. Buffalo. We were discussing our dream picks at 13. Tigo, for you, Broderick Jones, right? The short version of that is your dream guy.
Yeah. Don't trade back. I don't
Jeremy
think that's a real
was a
option.
trade
Just
down.
stick and pick.
Okay.
Adam, did you give the actual name of who you wanted?
An actual player? I just think Broderick's got a really high ceiling. If I had to go with one, I guess I would go Broderick Jones.
Okay. Buffalo, on to you, buddy.
I would still say Paris Johnson Jr. would be the number one, although you can't go wrong with him or Broderick Jones. I think, I guess a tiebreaker would be people who know ball better than me say that they think Paris is a little bit more pro-ready, better year one, and Broderick is a little raw, even though they don't have both. Neither has a ton of experience playing left tackle because you remember Johnson was a guard the year before, which I also like because one of the big questions I get, which is amazing, we're still having that discussion of, well, where is he going to play? And it's like on our offensive line everywhere. Like Mitchell, Brown, and Becton and AVT missed a combined 40 games last year. So even if you take Paris Johnson and best case scenario, Dwayne Brown's healthy, he's your left tackle. Mekhi Becton's healthy, he's your right tackle. Well, he can play 4 spots on the offensive line. So he's going to get meaningful snaps as a rookie, guaranteed. And then I think he'd be your franchise left tackle moving forward. But either him or Broderick, that's fine. I think the goal is to get your franchise left tackle. Tough to do that outside of the top 15 in the draft, and you don't plan on picking there for quite some time. That's where I'd go.
I'm mute myself. I was typing, so I wanted to mute it. Jeremy, since you are my favorite New York native, can you do me a favor and read this comment? Oh, wrong one. That just popped in. Here we go.
Knob. It's got artificial intelligence and centers the person automatically.
I'm sorry. What was that word? Centers.
No. And the center.
It's the center.
The center.
It keeps the person in the center.
Return to center. Great.
You got to find the center.
Jeremy, what position do we need to address on the offensive line in the middle of the draft?
Center.
We had a show one day, and Jeremy said center, in like the Mike Myers Saturday Night Live old Jewish lady voice. And so since then, it has to be read or said in that voice. Buffalo, I agree. Whatever lineman you like, I don't think there's a wrong answer, right? Like I think these top 3 guys are close enough where if we land any of them, it's the right move. And I don't think Skoronski's there. Like I think we all agree Skoronski will be gone. I should have had Jeremy say that name. Damn it. I missed that opportunity. But Skoronski, the 4 quarterbacks, 3 D linemen, that's 8. You
Harris
got
gone.
probably JSN is 9. You got a cornerback, at least 1, that's 10.
Right.
But then there's 3 linemen, right? There's 3 guys. We should have our pick of whether it's, I think Johnson is gone and Skoronski are gone.
Yeah, that's why I think it's Broderick. Broderick would be my predictive pick.
Guys,
sure.
who do you think the biggest wild card is? Like the player who could go but may not go that can make the difference. I think Bijan's
Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith. I think it's Bijan Robinson. I do. I want to see.
I heard a stat that absolutely blows my mind. I don't think he's 10, and here's why. If Bijan goes anywhere in the top 10 picks, he is immediately, as a rookie, because of the rookie wage scale, a top 10 paid running back in the NFL.
Yeah.
Immediately, because the value of running back isn't that high. That's including all of the franchise tag guys, everything. If he gets taken in the top 10, he will immediately become one of the top 10 highest paid running backs in the NFL. And I don't know if anyone is going to commit that much in like dollars to a running back in the top 10 when there's other, like, you can just go get a running back in the 4th round and it'll do essentially the same job.
What about a trade back, right? What about a team jumping up to 10 if the Eagles think they could slide and get him?
I think he makes so much
sense.
sense.
For example, say the Packers want to jump. Say they want to get JSN. What if the Packers decide to jump up? Like they don't want to wait and take the chance at 13. If Atlanta passes on them and the Bears don't take them, I think the Packers get that itchy trigger finger, man, and I think they pull it. They might not want to take the chance of waiting to 13 because I don't think the second wide receiver. I love Flowers, but I don't think they're taking Flowers to be their one. They have somebody similar to what Flowers does already in Green Bay, the rookie from last year, not Watson, the other one. Hobbs?
Romeo Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs, yeah.
I think they're very similar with their quickness and agility, and I would be shocked if they like Flowers.
No, Green Bay likes big receivers, man.
Yeah. Which happened?
The surprise team to watch out coming up into the middle teens is the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's going to come up for Zay Flowers.
They would come for Zay. I could see that. Them, 100. The Giants. There's so many teams where Zay makes so much sense. I just hope he goes to the NFC. I hope Zay's in the NFC.
Kansas City is going to come up for Zay. I think 100%.
How do you cover Flowers, Sky Moore,
Kelsey,
and Tony? I'm just thinking from the speed aspect. It makes everything so much easier for Kelsey with all that speed.
Sauce, DJ, and Michael Carter II. Well, we'll take a chance.
You just hit Mahomes really, really quickly.
Yeah.
It's an interesting topic. And the reason I say this is one of the things I know is going to happen is Kansas City is going to come up for Zay Flowers. It's because Patrick Mahomes and Zay Flowers had an off-season workout together, like across multiple days.
Yeah.
And apparently they hit it off in a big way. And Kansas City is essentially in what Patrick wants, Patrick gets, and they're not going to risk it. I think they come up. If JSN is gone at 15, watch out. The Green Bay Packers might trade out of 15 so that Kansas City can come up to go take him. And they'll run away with a haul of picks if they do.
Okay. Let's throw out. The banter before, I think, was Nolan Smith. I think what Parsons has done, they're the same size, they're the same speed, and you see what Parsons has been able to do with his speed in the NFL. I think Nolan Smith, I've said the other day, if we still had Rex Ryan as a defensive coordinator, the pick is Nolan Smith. Because with that amoeba defense and everybody walking around, you free up someone with that speed and you get him open to get into the backfield. You got to hit Mahomes. You got to hit Herbert. You got to hit Allen before they have a chance to really have their plays develop. And when you have a guy who can run like that, I don't ever have an issue adding that with the power of Quinnen that we already have, with Lawson, with Clemens, with JFM. Now you bring somebody like Smith around and get him freed up. To me, it would be a dream, but I know he's not a scheme fit. But I'm a big believer of you take players and you make the scheme that accentuates their skill set and their talent. Let's move on. Let's do this before I know Tigo, you got to get out in a couple minutes. So we'll start with you. We're gonna go around, and tonight's topic, the list has returned. We will have a list each week, and a little preview for next week. I will have a producer for the show. So I'm not very talented with doing all of the back stuff and talking. So I'll have someone who's going to create an opening video, and he'll create the banners and everything on the bottom based on the topics of what we do, get some videos popping in. If we give the discussions, I'll send him the info of what we're going to discuss, and he'll have some videos to play along. He's going to produce everything on the back end. If you've watched CJ from Weapons Hot, it's JR who does his show. And if you watch the Jet Guru with Daniel Smith, he produces that show as well too. So he's got his last bowling night tonight, and after that, he will. Friday nights will be ours. We're going to be starting at 8:00 moving forward. Tigo goes at 9:30, and then Tigo, I could tell them the other thing that we discussed.
Sure, go ahead.
We're targeting the first Friday of every month. For now, in the off season, maybe the regular season gets here, we'll switch it up. But Tigo and I are going to combine and do a show together, kind of like Buffalo and Paul do, where once the first Friday of every month, we'll say we do a show together, and go from there. So, little show news before we get in, while we got some people watching. And Tigo, I wanted to announce that while you were here. So, give me your 3 favorite draft moments. That's the list this week. It doesn't have to actually be Jet related. But with the draft coming up, I figured let's all go down memory lane. Let's discuss some topics. Give me your 3 favorite draft moments.
So that I don't go the easy route, I'm gonna do 1 Jets related and then 2 that aren't Jets related. 1 is in the 2022 draft. I told this story on my stream. My family comes to my house to watch the draft, but the reality is they don't actually care about football. Like, none of them. They actually come over to eat my food and to watch me watch the draft because I freak out, especially in the first round. And one of my favorite moments, or one of my favorite memories, is like my parents, they'll ask about these kids because I know all their backstories and all their stories, blah, blah, blah. And when the Patriots took Cole Strange in last year's draft, I was at a loss for words. I literally could not, for like 3 minutes, I can't comprehend why. What? But why? And I couldn't make words. So that was hilarious. I don't remember what draft it was, but the Creed Humphrey draft was a really, really fun draft because me and my buddies were together for day 2, and it's a Texans fan, a Steelers fan, and then myself as a Jets fan. And in that year, we all wanted a center. We all wanted Creed Humphrey. And having the beginning of day 2 start, and all of us see, the Texans are on the board. They're going to take Creed. And then Creed doesn't get picked. And then the Jets trade back or whatever. And I was like, it's because they feel comfortable. They can get Creed later. And then the Steelers pick, and it's not Creed Humphrey. And then the Jets pick, and it's not Creed Humphrey. And it keeps going, and it's just not. And he starts falling down boards, and we have no idea what the hell's going on. We're like, are NFL GMs blind? We're all sitting here absolutely furious that our teams are passing up on Creed Humphrey. We're all furious that all of these other teams are passing up on Creed Humphrey. And then the Kansas City Chiefs pick comes up and they take Creed Humphrey, and we go, of course he's a Kansas City Chief. This is bull crap. He's going to be a great center. Look at it. In a year, he's going to be the best center in football. And all of it came true. We were furious, and that was a really, really fun moment. And I think the last one is, I barely remember this, but I do remember it, and I remember all the drama that was going on with but like the Bill Parcells trade with New England and us not wanting to give up the first round pick and then the commissioner had to get involved and then say we're not going to give the first round pick, and then we ended up giving New England the first round pick anyway because we went out and got Curtis Martin. Like, that's one of my favorite draft stories because it's just like New England got the first in the end. Just wasn't for Bill Parcells. We got Bill Parcells and Curtis Martin. I love that story. Those are mine.
Okay. Buffalo, what do you got?
I guess I'll just give maybe one, and then I don't want to take everybody's. I'm sure we'll have some similar ones, but the one that is sticking out to me recently from last year, and it was Joe Douglas around the effing clock coming up for Jermaine Johnson. I just thought that was like it was so emblematic about the excitement that we felt heading into this offseason, and the patience, right? He starts calling at, I think reportedly the Jets started making calls at like 12 or 14 or something to come back up in the first round for Jermaine, and the price wasn't there all the way up until 26. So it just represented to me my two favorite things about Joe Douglas is that he's opportunistic, aggressive, but disciplined. I thought that was really cool. Where he's like, "Run that clock." It reminded me like a scene from Wolf of Wall Street. Everybody's freaking out, bro hugging.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah, exactly, right. So that was a fun one for me, for sure.
Well, you got your all three.
Okay, another one I'd say. Well, I mean, I guess pretty standard on everyone's list will probably be Jeremy Ruckert getting picked by the Jets, being a Jets fan, and the family doing the Jets chant on camera. And then I guess for one that is not Jet related, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like my favorite. I mean, I loved I remember the first. I guess I'll go with the first draft pick that I remember from when I was old enough to kind of know what was going on in football, and that was probably John Abraham.
My God.
Yeah, who is probably John Abraham. So I'll say the Jets drafting John Abraham because then he was my first jersey too, and he's probably the best edge rusher the Jets have had since Sack Exchange still. So the best Jets edge rusher that I've seen in my life, John Abraham. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Okay.
You know, it's funny. Go back to the moment when the Jets drafted Abraham. And the camera's spanning the Jets fans, I guess, at Radio City. And they zoom in right on this guy with like a 5 o'clock shadow and this long shaggy hair. The Jets have drafted John Abraham, defensive end from the University of South Carolina. And this guy goes, who? Like, he had absolutely no. Not that they're all draft experts, but there was like that one guy who's like, who? Just hysterical.
Nice. Well, Adam, while you're going, go ahead. Give us yours.
I would say if I had to give, I'll do it this way. If I had to come up with a non-Jets draft moment, and the thing with this is it feels like the draft just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. You know, if we go back to the one-day events where it felt like it was like in a press room versus to what it is now, where it's like a Broadway show, you know, the draft has evolved as much as anything, you know, in the NFL. So I feel like as the drafts have gotten more memorable, the moments have gotten more memorable. But the one thing that really stands out to me is the whole Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Phillip Rivers saga with the trades. And when the the San Diego Chargers drafted Eli Manning, when everybody and their brother knew that he was never going to play with the Chargers, he has to walk up on stage with, I think it was Paul Tagliabue still at the time, holds up that jersey and gives the absolute most awkward, forced smile in the history of smiles. Like if he could have been beamed anywhere, like into outer space, into Siberia, into hell, he rather would have been there than in that moment. And then the Chargers just had to twist the knife in a little bit on Eli. So yeah, just the drama of that was pretty amazing. I think for me, one of my most memorable moments is I would definitely throw in the JJ trade up, but I'm going to go with a moment that we haven't really talked about, and it was the trade up for Elijah Vera Tucker. He was a player that I really, really wanted because I knew the Jets had that big need at interior offensive line. And that was the first year really at that point when we all really started to get to know each other, when we're doing mock drafts and we're breaking stuff down and we're really talking prospects. and all this kind of stuff. And Vera Tucker just seemed to check every box. His versatility, his strength, his quickness. There was just a great guy. I mean, there was nothing to not like about him. But we knew where the Jets were at the time, picking, I want to say 23. He was never going to make it down there. Now, the setup, and I've told this story a time or two before, so forgive me if you're going to hear it again. So I'm watching it at AJ Gators with the Virginia Jets fans. Now, the way this is set up, we've got a corner in the bar. So all of us you got the big TV here, and then you got like a side TV on the left and a side TV on the right. Now, the big front TV was on NFL Network. The one on the left was on NFL Network, but it's just this little side TV. That one's on ESPN. Very important to note that. So the way that I'm sitting, it's easier for me to face the small TV with ESPN on, just the way that I was sitting at our tables. So ESPN broke the news first before NFL Network did. So when I suddenly looked back up, and I saw this green logo. Minnesota wasn't on the clock, but there was this green logo. I'm like, is that the Jets or is that the Eagle? That's the Jet. That's the Jet. The Jets are on the clock. The Jets are on the clock. I literally jumped up on my chair in that moment. I said, the Jets are on the clock. They're going to get the best offensive lineman in this trip. I scared about half the restaurant at that point because I was so pumped up. I knew it was going to be AVT. And, that was one of the things I think most of us most people got right. He has been so freaking good. And, when he went down, that offensive line really went down. It's not just Breece Hall. It was AVT in the exact same quarter. But when the Jets announced the trade for AVT, I was so pumped up for that trade. And man, if I was to get a jersey, it would be his. It's just amazing to me. The Jets website doesn't offer you the option to get an Elijah Vera Tucker customized jersey. But yeah, the AVT trade got me as excited as any draft pick I can ever remember.
Nice. Awesome. Jack?
So I'm going to start with number 3. Number 3 is interesting because it has nothing to do with getting a great player or anything like that. It was actually humorous, and it also brings back sentimental memories. So one of my earliest memories, when I was a young teenager, 12, 13, became a Jet, I was a Jet fan like at 11, but like I never had Jet friends. Like it was always in my own house. And then one of my best friends, Jason, his family they were a Jet house. You know what I mean? Like younger brother, father, the 3 of them all look alike, diehard Jet fans with jerseys. And I went over to their house to watch the draft. And this is in the mid 80s. There was no computers or technology. So it was magazines, right? You had all these different magazines to know which players might get drafted or whatever. And the younger brother, who's like 3 years younger than us, was like the guru, right? Imagine it was like the Tigo, right? With the 10 magazines splashing around, knowing the names of all the players. And I remember we were the Jets went up to make their pick. It was like somewhere like in the teens. And I wanted this kid from NC State. My brother went to NC State. I think it was like Dan Peebles was his name. He was a wide receiver. And that was a possibility. He was one of the ranked guys that we were saying, will it be him? Will it be, this guy or that guy? And the Jets come up and they say, and the Jets take with the 16th pick or whatever, Jeff Lageman. And we all say, who, what? Like, we don't know who he is. And the younger brother opens up a magazine and we all turn to him and he goes, tweener, possible linebacker / edge, really good athlete, quick on his feet, mid to late second round pick.
Wow.
And we just all looked at each other and said, what the fuck? And we were just screaming and cursing. And I just remember because that was like my early intro to the Jets drafting ability. Now, he turned out to be an okay player, believe it or not. He went to the Eagles, was actually pretty good after having okay seasons with us. But
Panthers too, right? I think he
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
He's a broadcaster for them now.
Oh, yeah?
But he could have been the thing that we always still insisted was we could have gotten them in the second round.
And you do remember, by the way, the infamous quote that Jeff Lageman inspired, right?
No.
If you go back and watch the infamous ESPN video of all the Jets busts, that's the pick that inspired Mel Kiper to say, "It's becoming obvious to me the New York Jets have no idea what the NFL draft is all about." It all came from the Lockman pick.
I mean, honestly, that was our thought process. Was we could have gotten them in the second round and had 2 players. The number 2 moment I would say is similar to Adam. You kind of stole the thunder on it, but I mean, I'm not going to change my answer. The trade up to AVT was absolutely thrilling. Like just trading up and then selecting AVT was just an incredible moment. Loved him as a prospect, and was just in love with the fact that we actually had a GM that would even do that. Like that was like, that was like this realization that JD doesn't just trade back, but he'll trade up, that he's a wheeler, he's a dealer, he'll do what's needed to get the right guy. It was like, to me, that was very eye-opening. And that was like kind of my introduction to JD and the kind of GM that we had. If not for the Jamal trade was great, but this was like, that was the icing on the cake for me. That's when I knew I really loved this GM. And then number 3 was definitely the moment we traded up and were able to take JJ. It's the absolute best moment of draft history for me. When they made that trade up and took Jermaine Johnson and just tied together the whole Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and got the edge anyway. And then, and what happened the next day was amazing too. But that night was probably one of the best nights I've ever had as a Jets fan. It was just unreal.
That being said, I didn't want to interrupt, but I got to get out of here, prep for my show and all that stuff. Doing a full first round mock draft with some other creators. It's gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna get out.
Good to see you,
Like
Tigo.
I said, there's this guy reached out to me out of nowhere on my email and was like, "Dude, I got a Cardinals creator, a Steelers creator, a Lions creator, and then one other. I don't remember the other guy." And it was like, "We're doing like what we did essentially, full first round mock draft. Do you want to do it?" And it was funny because I got that email the day after Dom brought it up and was just like, "No, we're doing this thing. What day? Here's the picks." All of those things. And I was like, "This sounds fun." And I doubled down after we did ours because it was a blast. I'm gonna go get ready for that. Do some prep.
Can I feed you one line to use, please?
We'll see.
When the Lions guy is on the clock, can you overemphasize it and say, "I bet you're going to take a wide receiver"?
Wow.
Yeah, I'd be willing to gamble.
Wow.
Subtle, but it twists the knife, right? Like the movie Face Off. When you stab, twist it so the wound won't close.
I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. The Steelers fan, I'll shoot my shot. But the Lions guy, we've actually talked since we got into emo. He's actually a pretty cool dude. And we're gonna do some other things. But he is not in a good place right now because of all that news.
I'm
obviously,
sure.
I would think.
He is
Yeah,
very
maybe
upset.
they'll take JSN. I doubt it, but I mean that story was unbelievable when that happened.
Crazy. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Have
Thanks,
fun
buddy.
for the rest of the evening, guys.
See you soon.
See you later.
Yeah.
All right. So for my 3, I'm gonna put number 3 as my non-Jet moment, but it might be my favorite moment. But since it's a Jet channel, I'll put the Jets first. Years ago, there's a place at Menlo Park Mall called Fox and the Hound, and Anthony Davis, who played, and you guys have all heard me tell this, Anthony Davis, who grew up in Piscataway and played for Rutgers, had his draft party at Fox and Hound. There used to be a back room with like pool tables. They cleared everything out. It was a private party for them. The ESPN camera crews were there. And me and my buddy, who I'm 6'3", he's close to 6'5", we're standing there looking over the crowd, and we were, I would say, about 15 to 20 feet away from him because, like, the doorway, he was sitting at the table there looking at the big screens. He was 15 to 20 feet right in front of us when he gets the call, puts his head down, and we were there to watch him get the call. And not to sound corny or over the top, but as somebody who coaches youth sports, it was really cool to be there live, to watch somebody's dreams and all their hard work come true and watch the family celebrate. It was a really, really like awesome, like pure, genuine moment. Like even though he wasn't a Jet, it was great to see that as somebody who appreciates the sport, appreciates the draft, and knows like how hard it is for, young athletes to make it. So that was really, really cool. Number 2, it's going to start off as another team's moment, but it domino effects into ours in 2018 at the stadium with my kids, a whole bunch of other kids. We went up for the draft party, and the Jets and Giants both had their draft party there simultaneously. And when the Giants came to pick at number 2, the hush that came over the crowd and the pause when it said the Giants select like it felt like time stood still because you didn't know if it was going to be Sam Darnold or Saquon Barkley. So there was, and then when we heard Saquon Barkley, the eruption, because my buddy Steve, who was in the chat, he mentioned Sam Darnold earlier. The suck for Sam. We wanted Sam from the Rose Bowl game against Penn State. We all wanted Sam, and we just the roof flew off that place. That's why there's no roof in MetLife. We just went ballistic. People were hugging each other like old timers, like celebrating like we won something. You know, typical Jet fashion. We win the draft. We're the best team ever. We're going to win multiple Super Bowls. I see you. Give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So being there, the kids were excited. You know, they were happy, and I'm going to fast forward like a month. In June that year, several weeks after the draft, my father unfortunately passed away, and I'm doing like I guess the eulogy. I'm at the funeral home, and you know, I get up there and I'm like, you know, like one of the saddest thing about this is for me, it's not that he's not going to see, you know, his 3 grandchildren grow up. It's not going to be watching my mother and sister cry. I'm like, it's that we finally got a fucking quarterback and he's not going to be here to celebrate with me. Honest to God, my buddy Steve was there when I did it. Big C in the chat. He could attest to it. It was my word for word reaction. You know, we thought we had it. We thought we had it locked down. So the whole, and then my kids meeting Sam Darnold and him singing happy birthday to my daughter the day before her birthday adds to the love of and the excitement of that pick, like down the road. But yeah, the whole Sam situation is up there. And number 1, I'm gonna go. I mean, it's easy to say the 2022 draft, right? Like it's easy to pick something from there. I'm gonna go with the players I've met throughout the years at Jet draft parties. I had the picture with Mark Gastineau and Brandon Moore at Poor Billy's in Woodbridge back when that existed. You know, just the excitement and being the Jet fan, like just the draft is the best part at times about being a Jet fan because we're tortured, we're optimistic. I joke about this all the time. I'm saying that the Jets are the only thing in my life at times that I was optimistic about, and they give me absolutely zero reason to be that way. But like the Jet fan is like the eternal optimist, like hope brings anew. So just the whole draft process, and now doing shows with you guys where we discuss the draft for months, like the build up for it. Like I can't pinpoint a moment, just everything that comes with the draft, right? Like, and it's been so much fun doing these shows, talking with you guys, and like, what the hell are we going to talk about like in a week and a half? Like we're all looking at each other like, where do we go from here?
I don't know if we're the most optimistic fan base in the world. I would describe us maybe as like hopefully pessimistic.
We believe every draft pick is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Hoping
like,
for
we
the
don't
best
draft Hall of Famers, but we believe every draft pick is going to be a Hall of Famer. Like our Hall of Famer percentages.
But then all it takes is opening day. Case in point, you, Mark, and I driving home, and your son all driving over to Rutt's Hut, absolutely pissed off as hell after that first game against Baltimore. Actually, I'll throw in one more. I only mentioned 2 moments.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to bring in somebody. Good friend of the show, good friend of mine. You guys all know him too. We're going to bring in Gino, the Italy Jet fan. What's up, buddy?
There he is.
Oh,
there he was.
I got it. There we go. Stop, Jeremy. This is why you don't give Jeremy controls and edibles.
He's slippery. It's not
I hope
me.
Jeremy's not the producer. Holy
It's
crap!
not me. He's Italian. He's slippery. He just keeps slipping right out.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
He's that
I
St. Louis.
bet that is.
He's that St. Louis Italian. He's that Fugazi Italian
I
with the
swear,
provolone
Adam,
cheese.
if you say provolone one more time.
Manico.
Those who know provolone cheese, we
Wait,
know.
Jeremy, just
Oh,
because he's
God.
Italian doesn't mean he's slippery and covered in olive oil. By that logic, that would mean you're covered in hummus all the time.
There you go. There you go.
Actually, matzo ball soup.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
We'd like to apologize to every Jewish person watching the show right now.
Oh man, what's up, Nick?
We didn't apologize
Chaos,
to the
Adam,
Italians,
Buffalo.
though?
How you doing? How you doing?
Oh,
We gotta
man.
apologize to the Italians first.
We don't care. We don't get offended.
True. So what we're doing right now, we're going over. I'm going to let Adam finish up, and then we'll throw it to you, Gino. We're doing top 3 favorite like draft moments. So Adam, go ahead, finish it up, and then we'll kick it to you to finish this off.
Yeah, I'll give you one more story. So I was living in Chicago when this one particular, I think 2 of the drafts were there. I was there for the Leonard Williams pick. And the tricky thing was the way that Chicago's kind of designed, the fan, if you couldn't get like in the actual stage, it was in the Chicago theater, but if you couldn't get in the theater, you were outside and the speakers were barely working. It was barely above like an audible whisper. So you could sort of hear it, but you were basically counting on other people's radios. It must have been like listening to a World Series game like in 1925 is the only way I could really explain what this was like. So when they got Williams, it made sense. It was like the chalk pick. I mean, it wasn't the most exciting draft of all time. It was like the Winston, Mariota, Kevin White trade. I mean, Todd Gurley may have been the best player in that first round. But the one I remember the most was Jamal Adams and Marcus May. I was excited about Adams, but when they made the pick for Marcus May, I remember standing on that overpass on that bridge, pretty much the only Jets fan anywhere in sight, shoulder to shoulder with Bears fans, Packers fans, Colts fans. I saw every fan on that bridge except probably the Jaguars and the Chargers. But every fan base was represented. And I remember just screaming out loud, only the Jets would take 2 safeties with their first 2 picks. And everyone was just like, dude, we feel for you. Like people were like giving me sympathy pats on the back over the drafting of Jamal Adams and Marcus May back to back because we drafted 2 safeties, about as unpremium a position as you could possibly pick. And in the crowd of shoulder to shoulder, that was as alone and as broken as I felt. I'm like, we are never going to get this right. We just don't know how to prioritize the draft. What a helpless feeling it was that day in Chicago.
Thank you for that, Jeremy. That's one of the things I need on the internet.
Don't ask, don't tell.
That was, yeah, for those that don't know, I know Twisted saw it, a couple of you did. He left. I like to coach young boys. That's what it was. It's fucking
Next.
You're an asshole. All right, so Gino, let's kick it over to you, man. Give
What's
us your moments.
So, are we talking about like Jets, like draft picks, like the
like
the draft parties and stuff? I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Like,
give us like a moment
All of
that
it.
like stood out for you, like either a player that we picked, a personal moment that you had, something like that.
I mean, last year's draft really meant a lot to me because I love Sauce Gardner. That was been my guy before, even before that. He was my favorite player in college. And I remember I was FaceTiming my friends from Canada, and we all wanted Sauce. So my phone died when we picked him. So I had my iPad next to me. Then my Wi-Fi went out. Then I was screwed for 5 minutes. Then I came back on and we picked him, and I was like, oh, let's fucking go. I literally lost my voice. My wife was like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? I'm like, this is a regular thing every day, honey. Come on. You know this with me. And then we got Garrett Wilson and then JJ. And I was like, this is awesome. This is what I live for because I love the draft. Draft means everything to me. I love watching it and I love the process with it. And so that was my number 1. My number 2, I really did like Jamal Adams back in the day. So I really wanted Jamal. I love that moment. And it was done. I was like, okay, great. Let's go. Second, third. I was like, okay, well, we might mess it up. We might not. I don't know what's going to happen. But Jamal Adams, that was my guy. Now, before that, though, I didn't have access to the draft a lot because I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I don't have really access to a lot of that. So there's not really a memory after that.
Okay. All right. Anybody want to add anything? Buffalo, you want to add anything? You want to comment on anything? Anything you're surprised that we missed?
I'm sure there's things like of just general draft history. Like I think Mike Ditka trading the entire freaking draft to come up and get Ricky Williams was pretty crazy.
Somebody mentioned it earlier too, with the dreads. Can you imagine if a coach put on dreads now?
Oh yeah, I forgot he did
Oh
that.
my
Yeah,
gosh,
He even took it off.
Yeah, that would not.
Oh my God, he
Can't
did
do
that
anything
thing.
nowadays. Can't have
I
fun.
forgot he did that. Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
won't fly now. Yeah.
No, not at all. And unfortunately, I can only hang out for a little bit too, guys. So I got to bounce. Just wanted to come on for the first Friday night hangout back. I'll be back though, for sure. Appreciate you guys having me on.
All right. Wednesday at 7. I'll plug it if you got to bounce.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Okay. For those that don't know, last Sunday on the Buffalo Jet Fan channel, we did a 7-person first 42 pick. 42, 43. We did 43. Up to the Jets, 2 second rounders. It was a blast. It was me, Jeremy, Adam, Buffalo, Tigo was there, Gunny, New York Jets Situation Report, and Dom C. And it was 3 hours of just absolute fun. We have a group Twitter DM that we are millions of text messages into in the past year. And it was great to have everybody together for the first time. We've had 5, we've had 6. We've never had all 7 of us together on one show. So that was really cool. And we're going to run it back Wednesday on his channel at 7 p.m. So we'll do the night before the draft. We're going to have some fun. We put in some decent amount of time behind the scenes to make it work. And all the feedback that we got last week was really positive. There was like no negativity. All the responses were just, everyone's like, this is awesome, this is great, do this every day. Like they were just really, really fun to do. So check him out there. He's also stirring the pot up on Twitter quite often. Something that I enjoy watching and tagging along with to help mess with those who have awful takes. But thank you, man.
Yeah, and addressing your show at some point, bring up the persistent you can't take an offensive tackle at 13 because he's not going to start and it's wasting a draft pick. Because if we didn't do this whole thing last year pretending like these guys are going to play, discuss that at some point, please. I'd like to listen because
Dwayne Brown is a solidified starter at 39,000.
Mekhi Becton is Anthony Munoz, and he's going to play 17 games and not miss a snap. But anyway, it's fine. Take care, guys.
I like he throws the M80 and then he leaves.
Good to see you, man.
All right, let's get into it. Gino, I'll throw it to you since you just joined us. Give me your thoughts on the offensive line. There we go. There, Adam, this is for you. For those of you that remember the Mother's Day Marathon last year, my buddy who is a Giant fan posted 394.
Yes.
Probably 100 times referencing Becton with how big he looked.
Yes.
Now he comes in with this.
334.
334. Even he texted me yesterday. He goes, not going to lie, Becton looks good. Can't even go at that anymore.
It was like Jets Forever defending Zach Wilson or Kareem Carson saying that the Jets should sign Ezekiel Elliott. It was just painful to watch after.
Oh my God, hands down. Yeah. So especially the Ezekiel Elliott one.
Yeah, just spare me with that.
Oof.
All right, let's see. Yep, looks like the Islanders are going. Yep, Islanders are going to win this game, so they're back in the series with Carolina. All right.
Congrats. I'm cheering for.
That, yeah.
I'm cheering for the Islanders and Rangers. So.
You have a Knicks update, Adam? I know you're probably watching it.
Yeah, they're on commercial right now. So I think are they at halftime? Let's see so I can figure this out. See, my DVR actually works. It's my third cable box.
Oh yeah, I heard you've been having issues on Facebook. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That sucks.
It has been ridiculous. Everyone's like, cut the cord. The funny thing is, I was pretty much ready to turn everything in, and then finally I tried 1 or 2 things myself, and I was able to do what the Cox guys couldn't do.
Hey, that's what she said.
There you go.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I literally have Cox cable, and they just kept stiffing me. What can I say?
Are you telling me that the Cox doesn't work? The Cox doesn't please you?
4 days in a row. I tried 4 nights. It failed me. What can I say? 4 nights in a row, and I had to go out to get what I needed.
You got to go elsewhere when the Cox
I
doesn't
had to go
work.
elsewhere. I really did.
Little update on the Cox. Producer, the guy JR, who's going to be producing the show, told me like he can do like sound bits or clips and things like that. And the first thing I said, I need a Michael Scott. That's what she said. And he's like, oh, definitely. He goes, I could just play it whenever. I go, trust me, on my show, it's going to be the most popular thing. You need to have a hot button with it, like ready to go. And he's like, done. Don't worry about it. So that'll be a nice addition next week. Knicks are up 13, 45-32 at the
45-32 at the half.
So it's going to be fun watching them blow that.
32 points at halftime, man.
Right?
Which team has the better defense? Well, yeah, who has the
Wait a
best
minute.
defense in the league right now? Wow.
Wait a minute. So who's your team, Nick?
Whoever's playing the Knicks.
Exactly.
Oh, got it.
I'm a net
What about
fan.
you, Chaos? What about Chaos?
I'm a net
Oh.
fan, but I'm more of a
Okay.
college basketball fan because I hate
Cool.
what the NBA game has turned into. I think it's turned into a
Agreed.
3-point shooting contest with no heart,
Gotcha.
no passion.
No defense.
Gotcha.
It's not good defense. It's teams just shooting poorly. Like nobody plays defense. It's a 3-point shooting contest, and the hotter team wins.
I miss the
I'm a
old
Knick.
NBA on NBC. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Go ahead.
No, he was just asking who I liked. I'm a Knicks fan, but I also root for the Kings because I'm in Sacramento for 7 years now. So I've been pulling for the Kings also. They don't play each other much anyway.
I mean, unless you're like a
Good stuff.
Warriors fan, how do you root against the Kings right now? Unless you have money on the Warriors on this series, I mean, it's pretty much like wrong to root against Sacramento
Yeah.
right now because they've been bad for so long, and that that community's
Yeah, I
really
agree
rallying
with that.
around it and lighting the
I agree with
beam
that.
and all of that. I mean, I read a whole article about the whole light the beam thing.
Like
It-
that
it-
team.
It's amazing. It
Like
is
that
pretty cool
beam.
how the community's like rallied around the whole purple laser that you can see for miles around. It is pretty sweet. But
Yeah, I
what
said the
happens.
other day on somebody's show, I'm like the only time I see a beam lit is 9/11 when they light the two beams for the towers. So I haven't seen anything else with it. And as a Jet
When
fan,
the Eagles win, you get to see a green beam when the Eagles win. It's freaking
green
down.
beam,
A
Fine.
green beam.
a green beam.
No, they turned the Empire State Building green. Remember when the
oh,
Eagles
that's
won?
right.
What a disgrace!
Oh, that my stomach turned. I'm not even a Giant fan, and my stomach turned.
Oof.
No, but being just in the New York market, that was rough.
That was
That's
so unacceptable.
rough.
I mean, do you think they would have donned the Liberty Bell if the Giants had won the game? Right? I don't know what the equivalent of the Empire State Building is in Philly. But
Yeah.
they don't have one.
Yeah,
Like,
it's the Rocky
City
statue.
Hall, maybe. Yeah, they
The
got
Rocky
City Hall.
statue. That's their biggest
The Rocky
landmark.
statue.
A
Yeah.
made
They
up
don't.
movie character with a statue.
Yeah, but
That's
they
the-
don't like the Rocky statue. Hey, I will be in Philly towards the end of June, and I am definitely planning to run like from a certain point up the steps of the art museum.
Do it.
Oh, nice.
I will
Tape that.
definitely be doing
Tape that. Tape that.
Oh yeah,
You gotta tape that.
it'll be me, but I will have the camera going, no doubt about it.
GoPro. Get your GoPro.
Yeah, don't
I
give
have
somebody in
to
Philly
go.
your camera to stand at
Oh,
the bottom
no.
of the stairs. By the time you
No.
get to the top and turn around,
It'll be gone.
they're
It'll
gone.
be gone. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So definitely looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that trip down to Philly. But I got like 2 pizza joints and 2 cheesesteak places already planned out. Yeah,
course you
and 2 breweries. So I already got this whole
Oh,
thing
cool.
worked out. Oh, this is dangerous. You know what's literally right next door to my hotel downtown? Bonchon Korean fried chicken. That is dangerous. If
I
you've
like
ever
that.
had Bonchon, you know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
we have one here in Sacramento.
That stuff is that's some good late. And it's open till 2 a.m, which is even more dangerous.
Yeah, the statue's at the base, but you got to do the Rocky run up the stairs. I think that's what he was.
Yeah,
mentioning.
you totally do.
Just because all those fat out of shape losers in Philly couldn't make it to the top, and I say that as a fat out of shape loser who can't make it to the top either.
They should have the cheesesteak places at the top of the steps so you have something to run for. You
You
know?
can say it if you're one of them. So I'm and the knee won't be able to do it either. Mention food and
I heard somebody say the only three good things to come out of Philadelphia are cheesesteaks, pretzels, and Rocky Balboa. Are there any lies? I mean, I can't think of anything else.
No,
Okay.
I was in South Philly or South New Jersey for a little while, and it was Philly area, and I said to somebody, I was like, I just hope you guys win every Super Bowl because I figured you idiots will just stand on the top of little bus stops, and then we can eliminate all of you, and eventually there'll be none left. So I need a couple, because if you remember when they won that night, there was like 2 or 3 different things. They stood on bus stops and collapsed and fell through it because it's like a cheap little aluminum siding top to keep water out, not to keep human beings off of. So, yeah, I was just like, I hope that all of you just go there and die through bus stop station accidents.
Harlan said you should go to the Philly cheesesteak place across the street from it. Yeah, Pat's and Gino's. I've done both. I've got a couple other places in mind here.
Sandro's, Tony Luke's, John's Roast
There
Pork.
he goes. He's back.
The tough thing though, John's Roast Pork is really tough to get to. You have to you have to walk. It's not near the trains, but yeah, I think I might go to Sonny's. I think I've got, and I'll be going to Campo's for a good Italian hoagie. I'll be getting the hoagie for the train ride home. Because that train ride from Philly to Williamsburg, Virginia, that takes a little time. You need some food on the ride home. So
definitely.
Get a nice foot-long sub, half at the beginning, half at the end. You're all set.
I'm going to say this because I already know the Iowa Jet fan is typing this. We know how much Adam loves his footlongs.
You're all more than
like this right now. Now he's deleting it because I beat him to it.
Exactly.
What are you going for? Mets Philly game?
Going to Mets Phillies, going to 2 games over there. 7 Line Army's going to be. I've actually never been to a sporting event in Philly in my life, so this may be the last time I ever do this. But I get to just check out the city and really on my own for the first time. So.
End of June.
End of June, yes. The last week, it's like June 23rd, 24th, 25th. That time frame. Yeah.
Go back when you're in Philly downtown. Go into the back of the Central Terminal Market.
Yes.
If you go into the back, find the Amish pretzel stands. Those are the famous soft pretzels.
I got to go to Tommy DeNick's for the roast pork sandwich. They're known for Adam Richman declared them the best sandwich in America. That was about all I needed to hear.
But you got the soft pretzels in the back, man. That's the
soft pretzels in the back. Yeah, they know
they're Amish people. They're Amish, and they're in the back of the terminal market. Those are the best Philly soft pretzels.
Philly knows their soft pretzels. There's no doubt about that. When you get the right ones, yes. But there's something about a soft pretzel. You got to do it right because when it's soggy, it is nasty. But when you get that crisp on the outside, a little bit of salt, you don't need too much salt. And for me, give me the honey mustard for the dipping. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah. Well, when you guys go into the Jets game, like what games are you guys going to?
This is like the first year the schedule. I think COVID year. It's the first year the schedule in a regular life, in a regular world, that the schedule hasn't come out before the draft. Usually it's mid-April. It is. Adam, trust me. Like it's mark your calendar for me.
I thought it was mid-April. March. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was March.
No, in March they usually announce it, and then there'll be like a Thursday, Friday. They'll announce a couple of the primetime games and say schedule release next Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, and May. Usually... Adam, I remember May actually.
It's May. It's going to be May. It probably is. It's after the draft.
Oh, it is. This year it is in May, but most years it's done before the draft. It would usually be done this week, a week before the draft. They usually do the full launch.
Wasn't the draft like in May last year, the year before, if I remember correctly?
First weekend in May.
And now it's in April, so I feel like that has something to do with it. But yeah, but the league wants to know what these teams are going to look like before they announce the matchups.
Chaos, you trying to get some circulation? Trying to get some circulation going? Chaos, you trying to get some circulation going?
That'd be yes.
It's good. I'm kind of working out my arms a little.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I am so ready. Like I want to plan trips and stuff like that, plan what I'm going to do. But man, we need a schedule because, we can't count on, 14, 15, 1 o'clock games on Sunday this year.
No, I think we're going to get at least 5. I think we're Giants opening week on Monday night. It's ideal, right? Like 9-11, both Giants made the playoffs last year. Jets get Rodgers.
Yes.
You got Sauce. We're worth watching now in prime time.
Agreed.
There would be nothing better than you celebrate the remembrance on that morning, on Monday morning, and then that night you have Jets Giants. Like you go from uniting New York to dividing it in like a 12-hour span. Right. So it would be really fun to have that. I believe we're gonna have a Sunday night game, Jets Chiefs.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I completely
think you have Rodgers and Mahomes. You're putting that in prime time. I think we have
a Cowboys Thanksgiving. Think Cowboys Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And
Could be.
Bengals and Jets. It's got to be
Yeah.
with
You got me.
Burrow
Do-
and
Do we have the
Rodgers.
Bengals? We have the Bengals on the schedule.
Well, we have that division. We have that division, right?
we
We
have the
played them- we
West.
played them
got the
last
West
year.
division. We got Pittsburgh. We got Pittsburgh from the north.
but
We
we-
have the West. We got Chiefs.
Yeah, we have the
Chargers,
AFC West.
We're
Raiders.
going to the Raiders.
Raiders.
We're going to Denver. So we got the West. We
You know,
absolutely
you
have the
look
West.
at
I'm thinking
Monday
of
night.
something else then.
It's
Thinking
okay.
of something else then.
Fine. A Monday night possibility with Josh Allen and the Bills
that's
and the
right.
Jets would be a
That's
fun game. I would really want to see for the third straight year, maybe fourth, the Jets and Jaguars on Thursday night, because it went from a game
Oh.
that nobody would want to see
Right.
to
To
now
must-see
they're
TV.
both coming up, and now it's a game that it's not mocked anymore. It's like, oh shit, like these two teams are going in the right direction. And then there's always the chance of the Dolphins or the Patriots, right, on another Monday night game. So I see us getting several primetime games. You know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. You know, it's having 15 1 o'clock games, and then the one Thursday night game you're supposed to, and then the 1 4 o'clock game on the West Coast. It's been bad for the last decade. So
Yep.
it's going to be fun being talked about again and not being a laughingstock.
Little trivia question for you. You know how many times the Jets franchise has played on Thanksgiving Day in their history?
3.
Never.
Gino, what do you think?
4.
Okay, if you count the Titans, 8 times.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
1960, 61, 62, which amazingly they won all 3 games, which is shocking because the Titans were anemic. Then 1972, we lost to Detroit 37-20. 1985, we lose to Detroit 31-20. 2007, we lose to Dallas 34-3. Oh my God. 2010, we beat the Bengals 26-10. That's when Brad Smith had a 53. Brad Smith had had 2 touchdowns.
He had a kickoff return and lost a shoe at midfield.
That's when he lost the shoe. Yep. And then the infamous game against the Patriots in 2012, the last time we were on NBC. We lost 49-19, which is well remembered for Brandon Moore's ass. So
Here it comes.
I'm not saying the word because I'm just
Who will the 49ers with Rodgers play week 1?
Trey Lance. Brock Purdy against Aaron Rodgers. Can you imagine?
Oh, man.
So
I'm
the
not
Jets are-
going to the 49ers.
So it's funny. The Titans were 3-0 on Thanksgiving, and the Jets are 1-4. It's rather crazy. So, but that's what we got. But we never played Dallas on Thanksgiving. I guess it's always been Detroit.
07. No, 07.
07. Yeah, 07. That's right. We played Detroit a couple years in a row. All right.
That was when I was still with my the kid's mom, and her mom was a Cowboy fan, and we were at their place, her parents' place, for Thanksgiving. It was dreadful.
I can imagine.
It was dreadful. I got white
That
girl
sounds
wasted
awful.
watching that game.
Wow.
I got white girl wasted that
So
day. It was not enjoyable.
My brother-in-law is a Cowboys fan, and my mother-in-law is a Chiefs fan. That's what I got to work with.
Wow. Yeah. My dad grew up in Brooklyn, and he's a Cowboys fan.
Ouch.
Oh, what is it? You let me shake that man's hand last September? Shame on you.
No, I did. Here's the funny thing. I've never seen him wear Cowboys gear a moment in my life. I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen him wear Rangers stuff. He's mostly a New York Rangers fan. He's a Braves, Rangers, and Cowboys fan. Jeremy,
Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop.
you're not supposed to take the edibles this early in the evening, dude. You're on
Yeah, it's 5. It was 5 o'clock, 5:30 out there when it started, man. You must have popped on the way home.
No. I just I had to get up super early this morning.
You are you going to hang out for a bit? Do you want to facilitate and run the mock on your end, on the back end?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, we'll do a mock. What do you guys think?
cool. I
We'll
haven't done a
we'll
live
do a
mock
jet mock.
yet, man.
Cool.
So you have the
doing
controls.
these all week.
You set it up, right? You set it up and bring it up and share screen whenever you're ready. So Italy, give me your dream pick at 13, like the player that who realistically could be there. We discussed that earlier in the show too. Oh, you got the draft hat? Is that this year's?
So this is last year's.
Okay.
And then I put Italy Jet on it.
Oh, of course you did. I know.
You all know.
I like the new draft
But
hats that
give
they
me-
got this year. Those are some,
I absolutely hate the new draft hat.
most
No,
people
they're-
like them. They're pretty good. I think they're pretty good. I'm not going to buy one, but I think they're pretty good.
Do you guys like it a lot, or is it kind of like it is what it is? The
I think
draft
they
hat.
try to get too cute, and I think the new
Okay.
thing is less is more.
Okay, that makes
You
sense.
know,
that
and
makes
I
sense.
think they try to make them all look the same, but that's the part that makes being a fan of a team better. Like, I don't want silver hats for everybody because then you don't know who. I want the red hat for the Chiefs. I want the green hat for the Jets. You know, usually you want brown for the color of shit for the Cowboys. That's for you, Steve.
Yeah, AC. I like AC's comment. It's too. Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dane O's comment. It's too busy. I think it's too busy.
I don't like when we have like the dark green
Dana
on the
O.
black.
Yeah,
because
there
you
we
can't
go.
read the letters. If you can't read it, like some of these like uniforms in different sports, like the alternates, it's like black on black. And if you can't read it, then what's the point of it? You know?
Agreed. So it'll give me your dream pick at 13 within reason of somebody who's projected to be there.
I mean,
Hey,
I
Ron,
would.
what's up, buddy?
I would love to have, any of those three, the two offensive lines, Paris, Johnson, Broderick Jones, and Skronsky. That's who I would want. And realistically, I think one of those guys will be there. Those are my guys. Those are my guys. I really want an O-line. I don't know how you guys feel, but I really want someone there.
You ready to start?
No issue. Yeah. Let's fire it up. Let's do a mock. We'll get the. You go ahead.
Christian Gonzalez third to Arizona. Speaking of bad uniforms, let's talk Cardinals. Oh my
Dude,
god!
how awful was that?
Oh my god! I have seen.
They're sprinkling little on their helmets and stuff.
Is that what they're
bird
doing? I
seed?
have seen-
It's
I've
bird
seen-
seed. They were saying it's bird seed.
This
I've
is my
seen-
dream.
They are so bad. I've seen grade school uniforms more inspiring than what the Cardinals have now.
It's like the Falcons all over again.
This is my dream.
so
This is a dream.
This is really good. I like this a lot.
18 and 48. Who's on? All right, let's see. Who's
Go
on
to the
that.
offensive lineman, and if you don't mind, or go through these first. 1848. I'm a huge fan of this.
Yeah, me too.
They offer Eckler everyone you do.
We're not trading for a
no,
running back.
definitely not.
We're not taking big.
This
I'm
one
not
I
just-
wouldn't.
Okay, so let's look who's there.
Okay.
Let's look who's there. I'll blow it up so we can see it a little bit better. You can
All right,
see
Bijan,
Broderick
Broderick,
Jones.
JSN, Brian Branch, Addison, Lucas, Joey Porter. So I guess two of the offensive linemen are gone. Cam Smith, Ringo Johnson. Yeah, now you're starting to get. Ooh.
Well, I was going to tell you that. What's his face? Oh,
Can't
I
see
wouldn't
Sorry.
mind- I wouldn't mind Cansey or Brees.
I think I might even like. I like Harrison. I just don't know if he's a fit for the Jets.
Yeah, from Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, I like him. He's more of a zone. Like we play zone, and he's played more gap. I don't know if he would fit
Oh,
well in our offense.
That answers that age-old question of who let the dogs out. Iowa and Jet fan did.
Well, the question is, do you take the trade?
It's a very interesting trade. Boy,
I am
'cause
100% taking this trade. If you ask just me, Adam, your thoughts?
to me, it's like we're probably not going to take Broderick because he's going to be gone, and I expect JSN to be gone also if we're going down just 5 picks. Put it this way, I'm thinking if we're going 18, who are we getting? And I'm thinking it's going to be one of those next 2 tackles. Realistically, I'm not interested in like Addison, Branch, Van Ness. I'm not interested in those guys. I mean, at this point, yeah, I'm probably looking at I'm looking or Cansey. You know what? I wouldn't mind Cansey with this pick at 18, and then offensive lineman at 42 and 43. I would not hate that.
Okay.
Exactly. Cansey. That's my guy. If we go down,
Do it.
Cansey was on one of my board.
I could do this.
Let's see if he's there if we go down.
Anyone, chat, you guys okay with the trade? Anyone got a huge voice against it? We moved back 5 spots. We're probably going to lose Jones. I'm a big Darnell Wright guy.
It'd be funny if we ran a poll with this many people in the chat. Maybe we get 3 responses.
I don't think I could do a poll. Don't you have to have a certain amount?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, we'll just have to take it. Yeah. Dano says
Let's just take it.
Let's just take the trade, I think.
Agreed.
Okay, let's see who goes.
Skoronsky's
Nobody's
gone.
gone.
Jalen Carter's gone.
Hit pause and resume.
Oh,
What happened? Pause, resume.
And
There it is.
Oh, even better, right?
Left went immediately.
Why is that
Right.
keep going on?
And this-
Oh, okay. So Weatherspoon went. Okay.
Detroit traded up to get Broderick Jones.
Which is unrealistic with the tackles they have, right?
Green Bay went and took Njigba.
The Jigba.
Witherspoon makes sense.
that's-
Addison makes
That's why we
sense.
say JSN,
This
right?
trade makes no sense. This trade is not horrendous.
Wait, Paris Johnson is still there?
I'm gonna max this out. I don't think so. I think he
I
went
don't
early.
think so. I think
No,
I think
He
him and
went-
Skoronsky
he had to
went.
go
I
touch
saw Ronald added Paris J.
If only.
You guys tempted by this?
I'm moving
I don't know
back from it because I felt I was being attacked by it.
So put it this way. I was okay trading down once. I don't know if I want to trade down again.
right. That's how I'm feeling.
I'm good with where we are.
Agreed.
Okay.
My logic here,
Same.
looking at it, I don't mind it because we know, for me, Darnell Wright is 30, Cansey's 29, but in real life, we don't know other people's boards, so we don't know. I think 27's too late. I think where we're at right now at 18, we can still get an elite player right on the edge of that fall off in this draft. So I'm okay with it.
So the question is,
I'm
it's probably going to
okay.
be. It's probably going to be. It's probably going to be one of those guys, right?
One of those three. Yeah, Cansey, Wright, or Harrison.
I'm 100% okay with this. I like all four of them. McDonald, Harrison,
Sure,
Wright, and
McDonald
Cansey.
too. Edge at one's a little hard to imagine, but you know,
Are you saying
Yeah.
right now, or are you saying take the trade and then draft? Is this if we take the trade or right now with the pick?
Right now. If
This
it
is if
happened
we go
right now.
Because in real life, we
It
would have
will-
no guarantees.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back
Right.
up. Oh boy.
Nolan Smith- Nolan Smith is like the ultimate poison pill of this draft. There's like every
Oh,
Jet-
never mind.
I don't know a single
Oh,
Jets fan
okay.
who wants Nolan Smith.
Okay.
You go back up, it's like all secondary, you know, which we
Yeah.
don't need.
Yeah,
first round.
yeah,
It doesn't make
true.
sense.
That's true.
Corner,
I'd
safety,
be
running back.
tempted with Branch, but not as a first round pick.
I
Yeah,
have
it's
seen
a
mock
first round.
drafts where I have seen mock drafts where he's going in the 40s. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I don't know if I want him right now though.
No. You're getting a safety right now. You better give me Ed Reed or somebody on that level, like Troy
Yeah, well,
Polamalu.
You draft them hoping
Amen.
they become that, right?
Right.
Reed fell to the mid 20s. We took Brian
Brian
Thomas,
Thomas.
one pick ahead of him.
That's right.
Dane asked, how many would we have? We would have 3 picks in the second right now. Oh, if we accepted Buffalo trade, we would have 4, which means we could then trade up. I mean, I'm okay taking Darnell Wright right now. Like, I don't think he's going to last to 18. I'm okay with Darnell Wright. I'm okay with Cansey. I'm all right with either one. Jeremy, your thoughts? We'll go right down the line. Chat, throw in who you think if we should take the trade or draft the player right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with Cansey or Darnell Wright.
I would agree.
Same here.
I'm
Cansey or Wright.
I'm going
Radigan.
against trade. I like Wright-
Radigan is good. Radigan.
Radigan. I like Wright more than Jeff.
Love it.
Hey, Chris, welcome, buddy.
So I think we're down to Cansey or Wright. I think that's where we
Facts. Facts.
All right.
Facts, yeah.
All right, the 4 of us will throw our vote in, and then if it's a tiebreaker, we'll go to the chat. Italy,
Snowball
we'll start
once
from the
again.
bottom up.
See, the way I look at it is, if you don't take Darnell Wright here, then and you take Cansey, that's great. You got Cansey, but then you got maybe DeJuan Jones, maybe or nothing like Bergeron or something like
Bergeron.
that, right? But if you
Right.
take Darnell Wright, you still got a shot at Mozzie Smith.
Right. Right.
That's
Because
how
we
I
would
look.
have
Michigan.
what 42, 43, and what was it? 57 that we got in that trade. What was the other pick we got?
59, I think.
59?
If he's there though.
So we
yeah.
could definitely get. Yeah,
59 and 27 was the Buffalo offer.
But what do we have? Because we've already traded down once. So what do we have? 42, 43, and what's the next pick after that now?
We got.
And then we got
Yeah, click
2
the,
second rounders as of now.
We got
42,
48.
48. Wow.
Oh,
You know what? Just based off of that,
yeah.
I might go with the offensive tackle.
I'm going with right.
Yeah,
You got me for right.
I'm with right. We'll get a defensive tackle at 42, 43, or 48. I'm in.
All right, so we're gonna take Darnell Wright.
And I know the chat wanted
that's my choice.
Cansey, but
Cansey, yeah.
and I get it. But considering what we have now versus later, I would take my chances. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I would vote right.
Because
Also,
I'd rather go Darnell Wright, Mozzie Smith, than go Cansey, Bergeron, or
Yep.
freaking. You know what I mean? Or like,
Right.
And so would Aaron Rodgers. I think he would prefer that also.
yeah.
Just saying.
And what we'll do, go ahead, we'll let this run.
Cansey's gone.
So-
Donald's gone.
Your boy
Jeremy.
just went. Nick, your boy just went.
Yeah. Yeah, see that?
Who?
Torrance,
Who?
wow.
Smith?
I'm
Darnell
a big
Washington.
Darnell Washington guy. I'm picking Darnell Washington for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I
know
barely
Bijan
knew him.
Robinson is the popular pick, but I think Darnell Washington could have double-digit touchdowns as a rookie with like his ability at the tight end spot. He might only have 35 catches, 10 of them for touchdowns. And Derek Carr was very good with Waller, the tight end. So I think if you're New Orleans, you take him. You take a guard, and then you take
Look
Washington
at this. Look at this. Whew, this is beautiful.
And
Oh,
what
I
we're
love
gonna
it.
do too, Jared.
I love this.
We'll make
Ooh,
this pick.
Thule.
Oh, you like Thule, huh?
I do.
Okay.
He's
Jared,
stud.
after we make this pick, we'll take 43.
Gibbs.
We'll
Yeah.
trade it away for we'll propose a trade to Green Bay.
yeah,
Number
for a 7th round next
43
year.
for
yeah.
number 1 next year, and just
Right.
swap it so it's out.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
42.
what makes the trading down even better, right? We're basically getting Aaron Rodgers for nothing, just moving back a couple spots in the draft. We're getting Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, I could do it. I could do it right now. So.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be, let's be real, we're going to be trading 42 and not 43.
All right. Do it then.
Give them 43.
Safety
pick
D's.
Pick their 2024 one so it gets accepted.
Oh, there's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
He's
you
already
can't
in
click
this.
on him though. Can you click on him or
No,
no?
they won't accept
What would
that.
happen if we clicked on Rodgers? I'm just never.
How did they
mind.
accept that? Oh,
You take the
we're
7th,
getting a
you
lesser
put
thing
7th.
in return.
You
You're
take
right.
a
You're
lesser
right.
thing.
You're right.
Okay.
I was thinking the other way.
Okay, so
All right.
now it's more realistic to what it'll look like.
Yeah.
You guys want to grab Mozzie Smith, John Michael Schmitz? Remember, there's plenty of
Yes.
other centers that we can choose.
Yeah.
I
bring
mean,
up, bring up
Mozzie Smith
the
goes and we're
interior O
screwed.
line, if
Huh?
you don't mind, sir. Pull up the interior O line.
IOL.
Big mistake. Okay.
Go center. Go center.
Avila's a guard in my mind. Definitely.
Plenty of guys.
Ooh.
We go again at 48. Remember that.
Yep.
All right. Go to D tackle then.
I know what I'm
But
doing.
if you look at
Yep,
defense,
I know what I'm doing right now.
and
Okay.
you look at defensive tackle,
It's easy.
Amen.
I
Okay.
like
And
Keanu
Michigan.
Benton, but that's a different tier. He's not the same tier as Mozzie.
Right.
Let me see Edge.
On this
I just want to do due
speak
diligence
clearly.
before
I mean,
Aguilari's gone. Okay.
I like Harrison. I
When
like
did he go?
Tully.
He went early 30s, huh?
Who did?
Aguilari's not there.
Oh, my guy BJ Ojolari. Yeah. He did
Oh,
go
wow.
pretty quick. He went
All
quickly.
right. Listen, I know you've had issues with the Cox, but we know how much you love BJ.
Boom. Wow. Dun dun dun.
I just like setting Nick up sometimes. That's what
Thank
she
you.
said.
Thank you.
All right.
You can set me with a BJ anytime. Not from you, but from a female. Just
The fact that you had to clarify that worries me. But okay.
I don't want anyone like Iowan to make a damn remark. I have to do it so nobody
Mozzie.
thinks I'm asking you to do that.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
So Italy, give me your pick here.
I'm a huge fan of Mozzie Smith. That's my
Okay.
guy.
No brainer for you.
No brainer for me.
Any other names that you have like in consideration, or is it just bang him?
I did like Jeremy's pick with Benton after that. If Mozzie Smith was not there, I'm a huge Tooley fan as well. And also if we did go offensive lineman, I like Whippler, but I know we're not. So I think the no-brainer answer right here is Mozzie Smith.
Hey, Solar Slim Gaming, welcome, man. I haven't seen you before. If I have, I apologize if I forgot. But if you're new, man, please sub to the channel, and we'll be doing shows on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern from here on out. So, and I will be live next Friday for the draft. I know the big shows are doing one, but if, like I said to these guys I'm friends with, if we get on a show and just hang out and talk to each other, it's so much easier. I don't care if we have 0 viewers. It's so much easier than texting the entire time, right? Like talking to one another. So feel free. Oh, it's okay. Oh, bang. There we go. It's JR. I've talked about you throughout the show. This is going to be the guy who's going to be producing the show going forward next week. So what's up, man? Welcome. And definitely looking forward to what you have. I sent him some pictures today that he's going to put into the opening. Going to have a nice little song to it too. So not to give too much out. I told him I don't want to see it until like live on the air. Like I don't want to know about the video ahead of time. Like I want to have that raw live reaction that he could see with the work that he does. So welcome, brother.
So
All right.
You want to grab Mozzie?
Adam?
I echo everything that Italy just said. I am all in on Mozzie Smith with the 42nd pick.
Jer?
I agree.
I wanted center, but we're in a dream scenario, like you pointed out, Jeremy, where there's multiple ones there, and we should have a pretty good shot at getting one with the next pick. So since we moved down a bit, I think this is as well as a draft could go for the Jets. So let's take Mozzie.
Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, love it.
Now we have our choice.
Marvin Mims to the Patriots. Oh, man, Dom would have a field day with that pick. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, guaranteed failure. They can't draft wide receivers.
He didn't even put like Mims in his top 15 wide receivers. I asked him, what'd you think about Mims? I'm like, are you traumatized by Denzel? He's like, no, he explained. Just he wasn't very big on it.
Did Whippler go?
No,
None of
Whippler's
the centers went from when we picked.
Not a center is gone yet. Whippler's ranked like in the 90s on this thing. He's ranked a little bit low.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think I saw somebody say 94. Yeah, Dane said 94.
Yeah, we can go center and look at it if we want.
Yeah, pull up center. I think we all agree that's where we got to go, right?
Now our next pick, I believe, is not until the 90s.
Not until 112. So
12. Yeah. Let's see the trade off. Let's see trade offers on this. I want to see what we're being offered.
I have no issue getting any of those 4, and I don't even have an issue with the number 6 from Michigan. 124 Rashad. We're not taking Rashad Bateman.
No. Please no.
Nope.
That's
Ooh.
15 picks. I don't hate this. And 95.
I don't hate this either.
Because we could still get either Tipman, maybe Whippler would definitely be there.
Yeah, Whippler would be there.
Let me ask this: if we went with 206, what would we do with 206? Would we go after like a quarterback or a running back? Do we have an idea for what we would target that late in the
We're
draft?
going to get 95 instead.
Oh, that's right. We're trading the 207. I'm sorry. Yeah, 63.95.
right.
My bad.
Yeah, but we're picking up a third rounder. We're picking up the last pick of this round.
That could be the center. So right now we can grab, if we wanted something else, if we wanted.
Well, no, if we trade the pick, we can't grab that right now. We would go to
No, but I'm
63.
saying is we can grab center at 63.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and then have that 95 to get someone better. Yeah.
Hey, Tin Star, what's up?
Like wide receiver, linebacker, safety. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I would make this trade.
Iowa, real quick. That's why it's called Mother Nature, because it can't make up its mind. Asking the weather what it's going to be is like asking a woman where she wants to go for dinner. Oh, I don't know. Oh, what's that? It's going to be 85 degrees this afternoon and 42 degrees at night, because they can't make up their mind.
They don't know where they want to go. They just know where they don't want to go.
Considering considering there are so many centers on the board still.
Agreed.
And so many options, it feels like we should do this.
10 stars asking for a recap
Yep.
on what we've done so far.
We took Jerry. You can go ahead and accept it. I'll tell them what we did. We traded from 13 to 18 with the Lions
Wait a second.
for 18 and 48, which is where we are now. We took Darnell Wright at 18.
See who did
We
Kansas City
traded
want?
43 away, as what we all project would be the Packers trade, and 42 we took Mozzie Smith, the D tackle from Michigan, and we're about to make our third pick now. So Schmitz went.
They had Kansas City trading up for Joe Tippmann with that interior offensive line. You've got to be kidding me. You have Joe Thuney, Creed Humphrey, and Trey Smith. What do you need Joe Tippmann for, Kansas City?
It's a
We
simulation.
had, two
Right?
guys, we had 2 guys left to spare because Stromberg is also on Dom's list.
I like Stromberg. I
But
like
what-
Stromberg, but I don't know if he's good. Put it this way. If you get Stromberg, you better sign Ben Jones for at least 1 year.
I think we got to grab Luke Whitler right now and not mess around.
No
Yep.
issue.
Yep.
No issue.
Nope. No issue here.
Absolutely agree.
Lock it in.
It's time to
It's a
pick.
dream draft, guys. It's a dream draft.
Trey Brown to Trey
There
Palmer.
we are now at
Ow.
95.
We just lost out on cunts. Bummer. Oh, Coons. I'm sorry.
It feels like you're always missing out on cunts, Adam.
Yeah, it's because the Cox doesn't work.
When Cox goes out, and then you can't even get
That's
that
funny.
one. And it's funny, the VJF club, we actually have ODU season tickets. We actually go to the ODU games, so we've actually seen cunts quite often.
So far it's a dream, guys. We got
That's dream
Darnell
tailgate.
I
Wright.
love it. I love
my
this.
God,
This
this
is
is a
awesome.
dream draft.
Three NFL starters right now. These are 3 guys
Absolutely.
that'll probably start.
This is very good. Let's
95, we have 112 and 143. So
Okay.
we have three picks left as of right now. Okay. Matthew Bergeron's still on the board, amazingly enough. Not that we're getting him, but
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not going to happen in real life. But
Not even
We'll
close.
so
Let's
if you were
pull-
thinking safety,
Trevor
Jordan
back.
Battle,
pull linebackers. Let's see if any
Jordan Battle's
names
up
pop
there.
out.
Tank Dell's really coming up.
Owen Papoe.
Owen
Owen
Popo.
Papoe.
Overshown. Okay.
Ooh, overshown.
Diabetes.
Okay.
I love his speed, man. It's
Oh, man, overshown.
But
Okay.
Owen's got a really good speed. The safeties, is Jamie already gone?
who?
No. Is he?
Is Jamie Robinson gone?
Oh,
Safety,
yeah.
right?
Dude,
Gotta
he's gone. Dude,
Yeah, I wouldn't
Jamie's
mind
gone.
Hickman.
He was already drafted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I like Hickman as well.
I like Hickman too. Yeah, I am. Yeah,
That's
Oh, I
crazy.
gotta tell Iowa this.
I know.
don't
That's
think
what.
he's
Yeah, that's why we were hanging out that night in Jersey. We had to hang out with each other, shopping for souvenirs.
in.
2020. I like Papo. 2020. I would stay clear of. I'm not a fan of his. Pace. I don't know. Isn't Pace a little bit short on speed? I think Pace is like more of like a big hulking linebacker. I feel like we need an off-ball linebacker
He's 5'10", 230.
coming downhill. Oh, okay,
That can't be right. A 5.71.
that is bad.
I have that.
Falling down the stairs. You have that.
I have that with a ruptured ACL and 2 other ligaments torn.
Oh my
Adam,
God.
pull Jeremy, pull Overshown's notes. I want to see his. I want to see his rack.
Coming soon. I'm just kidding.
8.1.
that's better.
Wow.
That's better. Athleticism, explosive stride. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I like Papoe much better than Overshown, but
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
I like Owen.
I'm a little bit of a Dom C, guy. Like I believe in Dom C, so I learn a lot from him. Papoe is the best coverage, according to Dom C, in like one of the best coverage linebackers. Like he's super fast, and he'd be great at just covering, like the other team's slot or tight ends and things like that. Because he's super athletic, super fast.
Yeah, he's Dominic's third ranked linebacker, only behind Sanders and Simpson. That's saying something.
Yeah.
2-time captain. We know Joe Douglas loves his captains, right? Like his comp is Dre Greenlaw.
Right.
Yeah,
he's-
that was the other thing. That was his tell, right? We said if Douglas has a tell, it's the athletic score, and then it's if you were a captain in college. Like
What,
Right.
what was Papo's
Right.
RAS? I'm sorry, I was looking at the sky. What was his RAS?
9.71.
Yeah, I'll take that. Not bad.
I think that's what I saw. Yeah, hit the notes on him again real quick,
On
Jared.
who? On who?
Oh,
On Owen,
Oh, his RAS is crazy. 9.33.
that's
Okay,
good. That's very good.
I don't have an issue with
He has a
him.
4.47 40.
Yeah,
So we're pretty sold on line. Is there another position besides linebacker that we
that's
would want?
exactly what I
Well,
was
the
going
thing
to
is
ask.
with, the thing is with safety
Safety.
is they'll
Kill it
be
later.
like Trey Dean will be there. Like there's guys that'll be there. Hickman might even be there the next time we pick. Like the thing with safety is there'll be guys. With linebacker, I don't know.
Any
Maybe-
interest in a wide receiver in the spot?
Okay,
No.
let me look. Who's there?
For me, not yet.
No,
I know what you're saying though.
Xavier Hutchinson's intriguing as a Mingo. There's some intriguing guys, but there's
Yeah.
intriguing guys
I like
later
Ford
on.
Wheaton too. Ford Wheaton.
Yes, I like Bryce also. We need more Bryces on the team. We don't have enough.
I agree.
Correct.
I agree.
Correct.
I agree.
Because that's how Joe Douglas does some of these things. It's by names.
Similar names.
Exactly.
Are there any more family members in the Williams family since we have two of them?
Hey, I think our defensive tackles. We got Q and Q. We
Yeah.
got Quinn Jefferson and Quinn Williams.
That's crazy.
I'm okay with Popo. Anyone against it?
I would do it.
Yep.
I don't
Go
think
for
you're not gonna see a lot of guys like him after that.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I mean, I love Dorian
so.
Williams later too. I love Dorian Williams also, but I would take-
This is your Quan Alexander replacement if we're not re-signing Quan.
I don't think we are.
We could still
I
do
don't
it
think
too.
we,
I think
we
that's
can
why
still
he's
sign
there.
him though.
I think he
I still
wants
think we can still
us.
sign him.
He wants to come back. He wants to run it back, and I think
so.
He took it. I
Depends
have
on the
no
draft.
I agree.
issue drafting
I agree.
a fourth round linebacker and bringing Quan back and letting him show the kid the position. And if the kid starts to outplay Quan, that's a bonus for us. If not, we still have Quan and we know what Quan is. It's the ultimate win-win. I think Quan was happy here. I think Quan wants to be here. I think the locker room loves him. The defense loves him. I think the coaching staff loves him. He's a Salah guy. It's a win-win.
I agree.
But we did take Owen, right? But next, yeah,
With
go ahead.
Quincy gets banged up too. He's a hard hitter. He's a thumper. He gets some little injuries here and there. Quan can slide over. You can never have
Hickman.
enough talent.
Hickman.
Heckman.
By the way, Nick's up 17 after 3 quarters.
Nice.
Oh, this is gonna be an epic fourth. I can't wait.
I know you want it. That's not what she
with
said.
Nick. I'm sorry, I'm with Nick, so I'm not a Knicks guy either.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I'll be real. What's this?
Yeah,
This is-
I know you don't care, Nick.
This is 1-1. I hate the NBA game.
I do too.
I'm rooting for the Kings because as a Jet fan, seeing them go for so long without it, I will root for
That's
the
big board.
underdog. Like, I'm corny with that. I will root for the team. I would rather see a team come up that hasn't been there before, like the Jets, like the Kings, than teams that are there all the time. Kings knocking off the Warriors would be amazing.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Jeremy,
I'm
what's
just
our
waiting
next?
for Jeremy to launch King's Chaos as a channel.
I
you
can
imagine-
see it,
can you
Jeremy.
imagine?
Jeremy, I can see it.
I can see a purple beam coming off of Jeremy's head.
Jeremy-
Laser
Disco ball.
deflects off. Oh my
A
god!
disco
man.
ball going on and on.
Oh
Jeremy
my God.
doing the arm flail for the Kings win.
That's my boy. It would be epic. Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
What's our next pick after this one? Is it like 140?
Aren't we on it right now?
Well,
Right?
I think
It
we're
was
on
112 and then 153.
We're at 112. I just wanted to show you there are two Byron Youngs.
2 Byron Youngs.
Rated right next to it. That's lazy. You don't
All
even separate them. You put-
That's lazy. Yeah, that really is.
I mean, if anything, the one from Alabama should be first alphabetically because the names are spelled exactly the same.
Tank,
So you-
Tank Dell
now
of the
you go down
Patriots.
to the school. They both play the same. Oh no, different. Oh, it's gone.
Tank Dell of the Patriots. God help us if that happens.
Any receivers?
I don't know
Any
if I saw.
receivers that we're interested in?
We're on we're on defense right now, so we won't see
Yep.
the receivers.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh wow, Mingo.
Oh, there's a lot. I'll tell you. Oh my gosh,
Michael Wilson.
Xavier Hutchinson's a good X receiver, no pun intended. Mingo's interesting. Bryce is interesting.
I love Ford Wheaton a lot. Yeah,
there's a number of guys I would want here.
I want my Mingo.
Any relation to and anybody who watches Family Guy will get this. Any relation to Will Wheaton? Nothing.
Stand by me. Yeah,
nobody watches Family Guy.
I know
Star Trek.
I know what you're talking about. I watch Family Guy sometimes.
9.97 RAS.
And they still haven't written a freaking preview on this guy. Really? Okay.
He's like freaking.
I don't know. Is Nick pronouncing Salah right, or is the rest of us right?
I don't even know if you are you?
I'm Central Jersey, so I got that weird accent.
Long Beach.
I know some people say Salah, like they're saying salad. They say Robert Salah. I say Salah because I figure it's more
Muslim sounding.
I didn't say that. I was thinking it. I didn't say it though. You did, but I think it has more of that.
We knew what you were thinking.
Well, I'm not saying it in a negative light, but that's usually like, God forget, like halal, like it's got that halal, like that dip and then rise again in the middle of the word, and that's how I say it.
Long Beach Joe, he pronounces it the same way. He does his show from California. He pronounces it the same way. So, who's after Wilson? That Andre guy from was it Princeton? Is that
Rogers? Rogers would be next after Wilson. Oh, you're talking quarterback?
No, I mean after Wilson on the wide receiver board. You dope. Maroon. See, Andre from Princeton. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, there's a lot of good receivers we could even take later. I wouldn't mind waiting on a receiver.
When is our next pick after this? After 112,
143 or 153 from what I saw earlier.
Let's check 112, 143.
Oh, and that's our last pick. Is that our last pick?
Yeah,
that's the last pick.
It's the old pager code.
I feel like we need wide. Yeah, we need a safety or a wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree. Safety or wide receiver. I would go Hickman here.
I would go Hickman as well, and the best wide receiver after. That's what I would do.
For my my old heads in the chat and you guys on the show, Gino, you're gonna have to Google this for proof. But 143 was the old beeper code. You would beep somebody and type 143, and it stood for "I love you," with 1 for I, 4 for the letters in love, and 3 for the letters of you. So, like, you might see older people sometimes putting like 143. Like, I've used it like sarcastically on like a Facebook post, but if you ever see that, that's what it means.
My uncle still sometimes uses a beeper, like he still has it.
Really?
Yeah. Here's at work. I don't even know. We use it at work. I'm like, okay.
Right, does he do like maintenance or like emergency response team? Because sometimes if you're in dead zones of a building, they'll give you a pager and it'll be more responsive.
He is an activities director in a nursing home.
Okay. So if they can't afford to have a dead zone if something happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Yeah. I used to work with him, so I did it for 10 years. Activities.
Nice steal. Nice. Well, a lot of the wide receivers that we wanted went.
Did they?
A lot of them did. Even Michael Wilson went. Yeah.
Oh,
5 seconds. There's some good. I mean, yeah, Jarrett, Andre.
I like Jarrett. Jarrett's a good one.
Maybe we should look at the big board just to see the big picture. I feel like
isn't this a
Puka Nacua?
Oh, Puka. I mean, I like
only a 5.17.
That's that might be a glitch. That's exactly what somebody else was that low, and it was exactly the same.
I'm not buying that.
No,
look at this. Look at this guy.
Freedom Page.
I remember Wix a little bit. Isn't the same thing? 9. Oh, never mind.
That's much better. Yeah.
Oh, Dane. Last year, Mother's Day.
He's snappy.
We did a 6-hour show, and my buddy, who's a Giants fan, but one of my best friends, was taunting the chat with Becton weighing 394 because the Samini thing came out that week. So all he did for the course of 2.5 hours, and Adam can testify to this because Adam has had nightmares about it. He would just put 394, and then other people started doing and he would he probably sent it 40 to 50 times, right, Adam?
The
Adam got
yeah.
Adam, like, I wish
So annoying.
I have time. I'm gonna go back and find Adam's reaction. Like Adam, like you see him starting to stew, and then he just can't take it anymore.
I'm like, dude,
So he
come
sent
up
me
with
a
a new
text.
narrative. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah,
It's-
Adam got very, very frustrated. It was like the perfect troll because he was saying no words, but Adam was just taking the bait, and it was fun to watch. Because my buddy was texting me, and he's like, "Watch this! I'm gonna get him again." And like you, Adam, would
I've
see
learned.
it.
Yeah,
This
I've
would
learned.
be
I've
Adam.
learned from a
Adam
lot
would
of
go
this.
like this. He would look, see it, go. But 334 is because he texted me this week, and he's like, Becton looks more like 334. I can't even comment on Becton because he looks outstanding. And I was like, oh, if you pop up in the show Friday, you have to type 334 now. And he's like, deal, I'm on it.
Gino,
So-
here's the thing: when it gets to about 2:30 in the morning, your patience goes way down.
Oh, that's my bedtime.
And so does your selection of females.
Who said
Closing-
I had?
I didn't say
I wish
that,
I had a
but I got you.
The St. Louis ones, I wasn't impressed. Okay,
Oh, you're just not in the right areas. Anyways.
Clearly. That's what she.
All
I
Yeah,
see where
clearly.
you're going.
There you go.
right. Let's bring it back. Let's focus.
So-
Bring it back.
Guys,
So
this
what-
guy Andre Iozovis is freaking 6'3" and a 9.96 RAS. Just so you know.
I'm gonna pull. You know,
Pretty
let me pull up
sick.
his.
Just call
Right on
it,
the
Jerry.
chat.
Just say his last name is Smith for discussion's sake, just so it's as much fun it was watching any of us to try to get through that name. I'm glad you went first.
Or Andre.
AI.
Andre
Just call
the
him
non.
AI. Call him AI.
Andre the non-giant.
Andre I. But
He's,
Wicks is also a very good athlete, 9.17, but he's only 6'1".
Yes. Yeah.
Do we
that's
want to
the only-
try? I'll throw this out there. Do we want to try to make a trade and fall back a little bit and maybe pick up a 6 or a 7 since this is our last one?
I mean, I'm open to it.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I can end it. I'll leave it to you to discuss. I have to, I got diabetic bladder. It's been 2 hours and I haven't. I have to run and pee real quick,
Right.
so I'll be right back.
Okay. I'll read. You know how there's the legend Andre the Giant. This is Andre the Hawaiian. Let's see. This is the overview. His size, speed, and athletic ability may not overwhelm opponents, but those traits give him a very real chance of battling for an NFL roster spot. He needs to work on his catch technique and level up his aggression when competing for catch space, but his ability to become a 3-level route runner should work in his favor. He's a celebrated heptathlete. I guess that means he's pretty athletic. Great speed, great leaping ability, can win downfield jump balls, but doesn't naturally catch the ball with his hands. That is a little bit concerning because those body catchers, those tend to be a problem.
Real quick, I popped back in because I love that on my channel. We referenced Andre the Giant twice today. First Jeremy with the small can, and then you brought it up. All right, now I'm out.
Exactly.
It's leaking.
Okay. Yeah, and he's graded by Landis Early was this a 5.99, which would make him pretty much like a decent backup, a special teams type player. All right, so we've done that. Would you like me to look up Wicks as well?
Sure.
All right, let's see what this guy has to say. What they have to say about him. It's very hard. I'm trying to type in Dontavian, and Google pretty much wants to explode. It's like there's no way that's what you're really typing, is it? All right, Dontavian Wicks plays for the Virginia Cavaliers. Oh, okay. Let's see his overall grade. Let's pull that up as it's loading right now. 5.89, so slightly lower than Andre. 6'1", 206 pounds. What's his? Let's go to the overview. Has a set of skills. I'm thinking Liam Neeson and Taken right now. Has a very particular set of skills to threaten defenses with big play potential. Coming off a disappointing 2022. Okay, this is my red flag on this guy. Focus drops have been an issue for him over the last 2 seasons, but they seem to impact his overall confidence in 2022. He lacks attention to detail as a route runner, but it is worth noting he finds ways to separate with instincts and pure athleticism. He has the talent to cultivate but gaining the confidence of a GM, head coach, or quarterback must start with catching the football more consistently. I'm out. Based off that scouting report, I'm out already on this guy.
And which one was that? Wicks?
Wicks. I don't feel good about Wicks.
Okay.
Yeah, Andre, the Hawaiian I could get with, but I cannot get with Wicks.
Let's just grab one.
Yeah.
He's got an insane last score.
I'm blowing out the candle on Wicks.
Well,
even though, I may be Wicker Media, but I'm not necessarily going for the Wicks.
Puka too, but I understand.
Puka would have made sense, yeah.
Yeah, Puka would have made sense. I mean, whatever they want to do. I mean, it's throwing a dart at a wide receiver.
Right. I got you.
I like Puka too. I mean, I'd be fine. I take him in a million mocks, so we'd be cool with him.
Me too. Yeah.
I
like this draft though. I think this was a good draft.
Look, this is a sexy draft, man. You got your tackle, NFL ready. Darnell Wright is one of the most NFL ready guys. He's a right tackle, ready to plug in. You got Mozzie Smith, bigger bodied, like good run stopper, but also disruptive in the backfield. You got your center in Uke Whippler. You got your Quan in training, Owen. You got your coverage linebacker. You got a real free safety, someone who could develop hopefully into a really good starting free safety. Then you threw your dart at wide receiver.
I love it. Yeah.
This would be a very good draft for the Jets.
Yeah, agree. Thanks, Dane. Thanks for stopping in, man. Thanks for following the channel this week. And now we'll be seeing each other in other people's chats and then on here, man. Good contribution to the channel,
Thanks,
bro.
Dane.
Thank you.
I would love this draft. I'd be very happy with this.
Me too.
Yeah, very, very few drafts have had the Jets selecting John. I don't know if I've seen Darnell Wright projected to the Jets at all, but
I
if you
haven't
give
at
me,
all.
yeah,
No.
if you give me Mozzie, Luke, and Owen after that, and Hickman after
Hickman?
that as safety,
Woo-hoo.
exactly.
Oh, I would love it. I would
Yeah.
100%. I have like in a lot of my mock drafts, I have almost every time if Mozzie's there, I picked him and Hickman almost every time.
And that's with trading our 43 pick for Aaron Rodgers.
And this, I just want to add, Iowan and Dane are going to get along fantastically because they're cut from the same cloth with their mindsets. They know their football, but they also have unique, interesting takes on life and commentary. And I think that's like Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Yep. Like that. I can see the two of them like teaming up and being fantastic in the chat. So awesome. A little match made in heaven here for Iowa. We got you.
Nick, I'm sorry, but this freaking game is over. Knicks are up 24 with 6 minutes left. It's over.
So you're saying there's a chance.
It's over.
Enter Reggie Miller.
I think he's doing the broadcasting tonight.
He can cut it down to 12 in a minute.
LeBron in his prime would not rescue Cleveland right now. So
I just have to show something to Jeremy. Jeremy, thank you for running that. It's a keto bar. It's not a Snickers. It's a keto bar. You know, Jeremy has been my nutritionalist and been on top of me with getting my health right. And,
Bunch of hummus.
I've been doing check-ins with him with what I eat. You know, all jokes aside, I appreciate him. I love him. He's a good friend. Every time I talk to him, his first thing is, "How's your health? What are you doing?" Like first thing, like the first question all the time, and I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, because I'm not playing around. You know what I mean? Like we got a plan that I'm going to help you see through.
You are. That's why I wanted to make sure you didn't think I was like eating like a Twix or something. I'm like, no, look, it's a keto bar. It's good.
Nice.
Yep, because we got to help you watch that sugar, man.
Yep, it's a work in progress. It's coming down. I go on May 4th for the blood work, for the surgery, and actually I got to go on that Monday to get the blood work drawn. May 4th I go to get the results, and I should have clearance for the surgery on May 4th.
Jeremy's been on top of you, eh?
Oh, the Iowa accent is back. Jeremy's going in character. The stream's about to explode.
Jeremy's been on top of you, eh?
That's somewhere between Kentucky and Canada. I don't know what accent that was.
I got my elliptical machine behind me right now.
Eh? Just
The
said A
only
on
thing
it.
more corny than Jeremy's voice is the corn in our fields.
And the wine we grow from the corn.
Come to Iowa and just eat meat on a stick. It's keto friendly.
What the hell's keto? We eat meat around here.
I tried to get him a house, but I left the keto. Whatever. It's the best I had on short nose. Hey, Gitmo. Gitmo Bob's here.
But
Oh, hey.
What's up, buddy? Yeah. It's the it's my three tone. There's black hair, there's white hair, there's light brown hair. It's
I kind of have the same thing going, just not as long as yours. But
that's what you said. Let a guy sleep at your apartment one night, and now he's telling you secrets to everybody. I think Snowball asked a question. Yeah, Snowball. I ruptured my ACL at work.
by the way, Nick, one day in the future, if you pass like a school bus or something on the highway and the kids are doing this, you know what that means, right?
Yeah, blow the horn.
Okay. Okay.
What? I still do that to trucks when I see it.
Same though, same. I still do it.
Yeah, man.
It's fun.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
fun.
When you get a trucker to recognize you and do it, man,
Yeah.
that's the best.
All they could do is flick you off. all
and
they can do.
not doing it. And if you're a trucker, I can't wait if I get my CDL. I got a phone call today from a recruiter, and I told you I get calls every month because I put my thing on this CDL app called the Driver Pulse. So recruiters check that app for people and call. And I got a call today actually, and I told them, I go, listen, I go, check with me 3 months from now. I go, I'm set to have surgery in a few weeks. I need probably a good 2-month recovery, and then we can start the process. So she's got me marked for 3 months from today to call me. She put it in her calendar. And I told her I don't have the CDL, but I need a company that hires and trains, and I'm willing to go anywhere in the country to get it.
Until then, we're just going to go keto. We're going to stay healthy. We're going to keep the blood sugar low.
Yep.
Yep.
Getting everything set up, getting everything out of storage, so I don't get hit with that charge May 1st. So
yep. Nice.
Yeah, things are coming along, man. Things are good.
all right.
Can't complain. What we got in the chat? We got anybody?
I'm sure if Kareem was here, he would grade our chat an F and say we don't know ball and we'd be tripping. But yeah, he's not.
Dude, that was a solid, just pure.
It really was.
Right.
Ireland's
right. That's the same accent you use for Braden from New Zealand.
I know, man. Because when I do Braden from New Zealand, I talk like this, mate. You gotta grab the lead, mate.
The only difference in Jeremy's accent is the last word, whether it's May, A. It's just that's
all I can do is, you know what? All I do is my Jewish grandmother. I'm in the center. I'm glad that we got a center, and I'm gonna make that center as much coffee as he needs, so he's very wide awake for the game. Okay, honey? It's a center.
Good point, Gimmo. I hope it's not a dying art. I will bring it back, or I'll just do it when I see a school bus just for the fun of it. I'll look at them and be like, what the hell is this guy doing? Is he doing his Derek Jeter impersonation? His Tiger Woods?
Twisted, who put the new batteries in Jeremy?
I got my second win. Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Jeremy was like working his arms, and now he's bringing out cock-a-doodle-doo!
Right. He'll go,
Wow.
Jeremy reminded me of my dad on Thanksgiving, who would lay down on the couch after dinner number one. Yes, dinner number one from undo the belt, crash for a little bit, and then wake up 25 minutes later and be like, all right, Karen, I need another plate. Why'd you put everything away? You knew I was going to wake up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've seriously gotten to that point where, I lay down on the couch, I fall asleep without knowing it, then suddenly I wake myself up and like, wait, what day is it? What time is it now? And I don't even know what day it is half the time. But
Yeah.
why is it easier to fall asleep on the couch than it is in your own bed? Am I the only
Oh,
one who's
man,
It's
I do it all the time.
unexpected comfort.
I do it all the time.
crazy?
I have
great.
I have an answer to this. It's unexpected comfort. When you go to bed, it's a mindset of I gotta lay down, I gotta go to bed. When you're on a couch and you're watching something, your brain just goes to a different place, and without even thinking about it, you clear your head and you fall asleep so easily. But like when it's like, oh, it's getting late, I gotta go to bed. There's a panic that sets in for some people, and you don't have that like moment of zen where you just dip out. That's why I do it all the time when I'm driving. I'm so relaxed.
Oh, well, there you go.
Guys, I gotta go. My wife is
Dinner?
waving me down. It's time to cook dinner. I'm gonna
Don't
make
lie. The cock-a-doodle-doo sound was to let her know, sweetie, I'm coming to make dinner. That was the Jeremy
Well,
is his reason.
we're cooking together because we're doing vegetable stir fry. So we got tons of chopping to do.
I don't
Nice.
think I have to tell you, but I'm sure you'll send the pic. I hope it comes out great, man. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for facilitating the draft. I have no issue saying this. I love you, man. Thank you for hanging out.
Love you guys. Love you all. Take care, guys. Have a good one.
Be good, buddy.
See you, brother.
For those that don't know, you can find Jeremy at Jets Chaos and a new channel, King's Chaos, which should be popping up any minute now. Once they knock out the Warriors.
I would subscribe just to see the purple beam reflecting off his head. I swear
Right.
to you.
Even better, we buy him something that looks like it, and then he
Right.
just walks around with his own beam.
Beam me up, Jeremy.
he'll do a show just sitting there.
Beam me up. I love it.
Oh, man.
Nick, Adam, I actually got to go. My wife is telling me we need
All
to
right.
go anyway. So, but guys, it's been great. Nick, I love you. Adam, always good to
too.
see you, man.
Thanks,
You
buddy,
too,
man.
buddy.
Appreciate you popping in. And if you're available next week for the draft, I think Friday night I'm going to do the hangout, so we can
Yeah.
do the draft. We can hang out
Hit
and
me
react
up.
live to the draft, and we should have some good content of when the Rodgers trade gets announced. That'll be a good video for the channel. And like I said, I'll have my buddy JR will be producing it next week, so we'll
Cool.
have some good shit going on here. But thank you,
All right.
man. We've been connecting for a while, and I'm back. I'm 100% back in the game.
Yeah, you're
I got a
good.
lot of time to kill. When you guys been on your channel with you guys, if you want me again, I'm always willing to hop on. So
Man, I'll come
Always.
back on with you and
Oh.
Liam too, man. It was fun.
Oh,
Three
yeah.
of us talking. It was great.
Yeah.
man.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was on there in January, I think.
Yeah, you were.
February, December. It was
That's-
December.
I thought it was early December, right?
Sounds
yeah,
about
Early
right.
December, something like that.
yeah.
And I know, Adam, you were somewhere around there too, right?
Right around December. Yeah, it was towards
Yeah.
the end of the season.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. You
Awesome,
guys have
man.
a good night, okay?
Have a good night, buddy.
Good night.
He's making.
Then there were two.
I hate to tell you, but Rodgers trade happens in June.
Of what year?
Wouldn't be. I wouldn't be mad at that, Snowball, because that means we keep 42 and 43. And that means it's a pick next year. And if we have to give up a 1 next year, we expect it to be 31 or 32, right? Let's be completely realistic.
God willing.
I think we'd make this trade. I believe we are Super Bowl or bust. Like, I think anything short of the Super Bowl, we're going to be disappointment.
It's hard to imagine as a Jets fan having a Super Bowl or bust mentality.
No, hold on. I'm
It's-
sorry, real
it's-
quick.
it-
I know,
it's
right?
very-
Give me
it's-
one quick. Gitmo,
Go ahead.
he was talking about making dinner for a while, and then as soon as we finished the mock that we did, and then he said he was leaving after the mock. So please don't think that.
Everything's good there. Everything's good on that front, I hope.
Yeah.
So,
Let's be real. I think if you ask the majority of Jets fans right now, if this trade goes through, they believe we have the potential to make it. So I have no issue trading away. All right, say we make the AFC Championship. Now you're giving away 29 or 30. I would rather keep these 2-2s where we can get stronger on both fronts and then trade number 1 away next year if that's what it takes.
I am still very confident that we will not use all three of those picks. Even if we don't trade one of them to Green Bay,
Trade down.
I would be very surprised if Joe doesn't use something to trade up or to trade down for a certain player. Joe does not sit on his laurels. I just can't see it happening because
No.
there's somebody. Yeah, because I'll tell you what, I'm willing to bet that he and Aaron Rodgers are having like little conversations about even draft prospects. Like, what kind of player do you need right now? Like, what kind of tackle do you want protecting you? What kind of center are you looking at? What do you want? Rodgers he may as well be an assistant GM already for the Jets. He may as well be.
Let's talk about it. How about Calais Campbell coming out and saying that Rodgers was recruiting him to the Jets? I think that, and that's not a report. That's directly from Campbell.
Yep.
Now, Campbell didn't choose the Jets because he wants to play more D end, and the Jets viewed him more as a D tackle. That's why he chose the Falcons. One of my friends, Ray, you met Ray when you were out here.
Oh, yeah.
He was saying that they don't want the Jets. I go, no, it's about the position that he wants to play now, not the team. You know, if we would have said, okay, you could play DN more, I think he'd be a Jet right now.
But then we wouldn't have but then we'd have to have lost somebody, whether it's a Carl Lawson or somebody like that. And you know what? I mean, I'll take my chance. What evidence do I have that Campbell is a defensive end? I mean, I've never thought of him as a defensive end, especially in a 4-3.
Every Jet fan
from
all over the country would make the trip because it could be the once in a lifetime thing. You make the trip and it will be a legendary moment. I remember when the Giants did it, they did the Canyon of Heroes, they did the thing at City Hall, and then they brought the party over to the stadium. Same exact thing will be done here. I mean, it'll be for those that don't want to go into the city. I would rather just go to MetLife, wait for them to come to MetLife. I can't believe we're talking about that. Wow. Like, realistically, it could be an option, right?
I would walk from Virginia to New Jersey for that celebration if I had to. That is like a once. I mean, I remember being in Lucas Oil Stadium for the AFC Championship game and thinking this is a once in a lifetime moment. Yeah. As that game was getting ready to start, it's like I am in the stadium with an opportunity to see my team go to a Super Bowl. I know it didn't work out, but I know what it feels like to be in that position. And I want to feel.
In Pittsburgh. I was in Pittsburgh. Yeah.
So we see what the issues are. It's us.
Yeah, yeah.
Were you in Miami in '82? Probably not.
I was in the living room listening to my father scream. That was one of my first sports memories.
I was probably in a crib at that point. I think I was like less than a year old at that time. But yeah, it is. There is a feeling of anticipation and excitement that you really cannot verbalize. I mean, I remember being in that parking lot in Indianapolis, and it was like 60 degrees that day in January. It was a nice day outside.
I had a couple buddies tell me.
They opened the windows. They opened the windows in that stadium. We're hanging in the parking lot. We're all throwing footballs up, little footballs in the air, and the guy in the Revis jersey's just swatting them down, some random schlub in a Revis jersey, and we're all chanting Revis Island, and we're just knocking footballs down. I mean, we had the biggest pre-game party you could ever imagine. Hundreds of Jets fans. And the Colts fans, it was amazing because they were used to this. They knew what it was like to be in that spot. They're like what the Chiefs are now.
You. That was for Gizmo. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, but for them, it was just like, yeah, we expect to be here. We're used to it. Like, it's what the Patriots became. It's what the Chiefs are now. For us, this was like going to freaking Disneyland for the first time at 6 years old. This felt like the vacation, the dream of a lifetime.
And then you get to the gate and the gate locks because like the turnstile won't move because they hit like max capacity. It's like, nah, you got to the gate, but you're not allowed into the party.
I don't know how I got from the parking lot into the stadium, but somehow I did. I guess I just looked for the big round thing and worked my way in. I don't know.
That's what she said.
Thank you.
Gizmo, I ruptured my ACL in October on a work injury. And my diabetes levels were so awful in December, I couldn't get greenlit for surgery. And after some roller coaster moments in January and February, I've figured everything out. Life's gotten better. I'm taking care of my health and my mental health as well. And May 11th is the day they want to repair and cut the big guy and go in. So I'll have a lot of contacts going to be laid up.
Did the meniscus go too?
They didn't completely rupture. There's tears. They're just replacing the ACL with a cadaver, and he said, you're 44 years old. He's like, if I give you stability with the cadaver ACL, he goes, I don't need to get you back on a field or a court. Like, you're not 18 years old. If he goes, if I was, we would fix everything, but the rest we should be able to clean up and help stabilize the knee with some therapy, which my workman's comp lawyer was ecstatic to hear, because he's like, oh, we're both going to get paid more now, because your payout for your lawsuit, basically, whenever you're injured at work, you're entitled to a settlement because you lost 1% of your body doing that job. And you go see the work lawyer, and you go see your or the work doctor, the lawyer's doctor from your work, and then you see your lawyer's doctor also. Now the two of them examine you, look at all the reports, put their percentage of knee that you lost, and then it goes into like a book. Like if I lose 35% of my knee, then like it's like $27,000. I looked at the pay wage for 2023. If it's 40%, 50%, obviously the pay goes up. But it's not going to be fun. I was hoping to be healed by May, not starting the process in May. There's going to be challenges. It's going to be rough. And for those that don't know, I'm newly sober. And even though I have never popped pills for pleasure, I'm debating not doing it at all with the pain pills. So I might be a grumpy, moody fuck, but I haven't made that decision yet. He said that with the surgery, you put weight on the knee that day. He makes you stand up on it the day of surgery. And he's like, some people need it for 2-3 days post-surgery because they drill a hole through the bone on the top bone and the bottom bone, and then attach it through there. He's like, it's more muscle. It's more muscle uncomfort than like bone pain. Bane. I made it one word. Bone pain. Yeah. You were born into surgery. So it's gonna be. I don't want to be doing crutches and.
Dang, Mo, I didn't know that. Wow.
Wow. And he's gonna take a look on the inside when he gets in there, and see if I am eligible down the road for a replacement. I was like, do the replacement now. But then I said that to the workman's comp lawyer. He's like, no. He's like, then there's no long-term pain. You got everything gutted. I'm like, oh, all right. There's less loss, right? Or I guess it's total loss if you lose the knee, depending on how you look at it. Thanks, Chris. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Went to the same workman's comp, and it just takes time. Got a nice setup. Yeah. So it's going to be challenging. It's going to be mentally challenging. It's going to be physically challenging. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
I know Rob wants to get out and hit some golf balls. Rob lives in Sayreville, right over the bridge. We were texting the other night after connecting.
Oh, nice. Next time I'm up, I would definitely want to meet him. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah. We're gonna be buddies. He doesn't have many friends out here in New Jersey, and
so he fits in with us then. Okay. I see.
Yeah. I've lived here my whole life. I'm with you, Rob. I don't have many either. But
why do you think I moved out during high school?
He was saying, he asked me, do I golf? I'm like, I do. I'm like, I don't know if I can. I'm probably out for this year, but I'm like, I tell you what. He's like, I don't want to drive to Long Island every time I want to golf to go with my buddies. I was like, well, once I can bend the knee and sit in a cart, I'm like, I'll go with you and tag along for the day where number one, I'm out of the house, smoke some cigars, which I love to do, and be out on the golf course on a nice day. That's fine until I can get the knee to the point where I can hit a golf ball.
Nick, I hate to tell you this, but right now you've got the knee of Tiger Woods, but without the talent.
Worse, I have the knee of me. Both my feet. Surgery was the easy part. Yeah, I know.
Yes, that's exactly what I've heard.
I know.
I've heard even an exercise bike at that point could drive you to absolute tears.
Take that pill the first day, if you like it or not. If you don't like it, you don't have to worry about abusing it. At least that's me. Have the foggy. Yeah, I've had both of my biceps rupture at work, and I've had to have them repaired. And the first night when I did the first one in 2012, they gave me Percocet, and it had an adverse effect. And I was like caffeine, like 0.05% of people, like it's like a caffeine hyper effect Percocet. And I'm like pacing around the house, and I stayed at my parents for a few days to help me out at the time. And like my dad comes out, he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. It's a fucking pain pill and fucking like I'm like hyper as hell." I was like, "Holy shit!" So the next day they changed it to Vicodin, and I got rid of the perks, but it was.
I heard Percocet can have like all kinds of crazy like side effects. Like you can't even go to the bathroom and stuff like that. Like you're
Any
just clogged up.
opioids will back you up where you
Yeah.
won't be able to.
I'd rather just eat cheese and have the same problem.
Bro, you have no idea how much cheese I have. My shopping list right now with the health is breaded chicken breasts that are breaded
Yep.
from Aldi, a bunch of chicken breasts, regular chicken breasts that I can make different ways, a couple steaks, the Atkins bars. I ordered 3 boxes of Atkins bars this week. It's not Atkins, but it's like the Aldi brand. It's like $3-4 cheaper a box. They do the same thing, right? It's just not the name brand. And lettuce, cucumbers, cheese. You know, like I love shredded cheese to put in on the spinach and the chicken when I chop it up. Just everything is very, very plain, right? It's low carb, it's generic, but I'm committed to it, so I don't mind it. As long as I have garlic powder. I can give up alcohol. I can't give up garlic powder.
No. What is life without garlic? I mean, I should
Yeah.
make a shirt that says that.
No
Did you
sense
see
in living.
Did you see the picture of the chicken Milanese that I made earlier tonight?
I did. I saw it right as I sat down, and
Yep.
then I didn't want to put this giant cup of water on the little table I have in front of me with the laptop, so I had it on the ground. And then I poured the creamer in the coffee cup, and I put the creamer down, and I knocked the cup over. So I had to like go through a panic of getting a towel and wiping up the floor and everything before as we were starting the show. Jeremy's like watching me in backstage before we went live, laughing at me. So I'm like, "God damn, motherfucker." So,
Yeah, I don't know if I could show this on the air. There we go. Yeah, this was dinner tonight, so we had made a couple of portions of that. So,
nice.
yeah, that was some good. And believe me, there was garlic powder used in the breading of that chicken. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to. If you making anything like that, I don't really use salt. I haven't used salt. My sodium was high when I wasn't taking care of myself, but now that's down as well.
That's where you got to watch out for the
sea
frozen food because that's where the
Yeah.
sodium is so
Yeah.
serious in the
salt.
frozen.
Usually,
food.
if you go low carb, it's higher sodium, right?
That's true. That's true. I actually got some. I was at the grocery store. I got a discount. It was the Dave's Killer bread. So I got a decent deal on their rye bread, which is it's not like comparing it to like an actual like New York deli, but for like just bread, it's like yeah, I could get with this. It was like some almond butter, like some peanut butter.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. It's pretty good.
Gizmo, unfortunately, I don't have a vehicle right now. That's gonna be the first thing I get with the settlement. But I mean, I don't care. I'm an open book. I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm on Medicaid or Medicare, whatever the younger people get. And
Medicare, yeah. My dad's on Medicaid.
Okay, I'm on Medicare.
Yeah.
There's motive care, and as long as you give them like 48 hours notice, they'll get you a lift or they'll get you, and it's part of the thing. So I can call my workman's comp people. I've had to take Ubers, and then they reimburse me for the Uber. But I can call her, and she got the nurse case manager, and she'll order a lift if we can't get the motive care. But I'm good. Everything transportation wise is taken care of. That's not a headache. But I know what you're saying. That does add up, especially when you start to go to the therapy too. 3, 4, 5 days a week, whatever it may be. They want to send it's like a long rectangle that you put your leg in, and then it's like a dial almost, and it brings your knee up and starts to start to flex it. The most important thing is the first couple of days, they say, after surgery is starting to flex the knee. It speeds up the recovery process greatly. And if you get lazy with it and the knee gets stiff, then that's when the troubles really, really set in and you're prolonging your recovery. So
from what I hear, like the first 80 to 90%, that's not as bad, but getting that last like 10% normally, that's like the hardest part. But that's like more of like with
for athletes.
For athletes, yeah.
For
so
athletes.
in your case, somewhere, yeah, I would think it's a little bit different.
I'm going to be using assistance to walk, either crutches or cane for 4 weeks, around 4 weeks, give or take, each patient. But that's where eating healthier and continuing to take weight off will help. The lighter I weigh, the less weight on the knee. I've said this before. My heaviest, I was 382 in 2017.
I can't imagine you at that weight. I can't.
Well, it was the ultimate compliment and insult at the same time. People would be like, "Oh, you carry the weight well. I didn't know." It's like, "Oh, thanks. I could get fatter because I look good." You know what I mean? Like it's like one of those side slaps of like, "Oh wow, you don't look like you're 365 pounds." Oh, yeah, it's broad shouldered. At 225, when I was a basketball player in high school, I looked like an unfed Ethiopian. Yeah,
With all due respect, all the Ethiopians out there.
Yeah.
How many more groups can we offend tonight? We've we have drawn no boundaries, nationalities, religions.
That's why I'll never get canceled, because it's just love, and we point out everyone. we point out everybody eventually, so no one can say I'm offended. They did full circle.
If you can't laugh at yourself, then what's the point? With all the craziness going on in the world, if you can't laugh at yourself, then it's just going to drive you crazy, man.
Rob, actually, right across from Menlo Park Mall is 10 Parsonage Road. It's Edison Metuchen Orthopedic Group. Highly Lombardi and Lombardi, it used to be, and now it's that. They have a surgery center on the second floor, so it's there. Set a goal. How much do you want to weigh? I don't have a set goal, with recovery and being an addict. They say 1 day at a time. I just want to lose 1 pound at a time. I think to get to 250 eventually, I think with how wide and broad I am, I'm not a thin, skinny guy. 250, 245. I think that's a great place to get.
Where are you at right now? What's your weight now? Do you know?
275. So
Okay.
I'm down 107 total, another 20. And I was at a 48 waist, and now I just bought 38 jeans 2 weeks ago, and they're a little loose, but I just didn't think I could I graduated high school 36. I have the belly, like I'm muffin top right now. If I lose 30 pounds, it's all going to come from up top. And then I start to add muscle and tone everything, because it's been really bad couple of years for me.
You and Becton should just work out together. Both of them. Yeah, dropping the weight with the knee stuff. Yeah.
I hope I can get there. I was doing a bike. I'm trying to walk through the neighborhood every day. I walked to Main Street in Woodbridge and did 3 miles there and back. The knee was barking at me like, "Hey, asshole, calm down." I hit 285 at 6'2". Yeah, I'm 6'3", and hit it. It wasn't enjoyable. Anything over 355, my back was in so much pain, sleep apnea. As soon as I got to 345, the clicking in my back, lower back stopped. I was sleeping better. My ex-girlfriend used to tell me all the time, she's like, "You cannot fall asleep on your back." She's like, "You stop breathing." She's like, "It's the scariest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life." So I had the apnea real bad, but I sleep better now that I took the weight off. Yeah, it was uncomfortable, man. It was really uncomfortable. If you don't move your knee, then scar tissue can form and it gets bad. You may need more surgery. Yeah, Gimo, I actually did that with my biceps. If I had a short sleeve shirt on, I'd show you right in the crease in your arm there, the upper part, I have it looks like a baby carrot in the arm going across of the scar tissue built up. But yeah, sorry to go on my health tangent. I was joking with some of the guys today. Without the car, I have been walking. There's a couple meetings that I go to. There's a couple churches in both directions right on the main road here that I've been getting to. But Friday there wasn't one in walking distance, so I was like, I'm just going to use hanging out with the guys as my meeting, as my zen for the day. But yeah, Rob, but definitely I want to get out before the surgery. I'll try to do as much as I can. I might take a hole off here or there. Will look a little funny until your frame changes, losing weight like that. Yeah, it's Literally right now, it's like skinny legs and then like the top, like the spare tire is there in full
It's
flow.
like Babe Ruth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Skinny legs, broad shoulders, have that,
That's
have
why I
dad
do
bod.
here. We do chest up here on the video. It took me getting. Oh Jesus, I'm sorry, man.
5 knee surgeries, cancer, man.
Oh, God bless, man. I'm glad you beat it. I hope you're clear and you're in the you're out of the hell. This one's down away from 250 for you. All right, even better. Baby Carrot, new sex tape. Filmed in the fields of Iowa. So let's
I'm gonna get that wabbit.
I'm gonna wrap it up in a few.
Yeah, I've got to be up early. Tomorrow's my it's a 50-hour work week tomorrow. We got open house at the school tomorrow, and right now, literally, I'm not going to go too much into my work situation, but let's just say right now, working in financial aid at the college that I'm at, I am right now the only person on campus who can see students because our director decided to move to Georgia 2 weeks ago, and our senior advisor has been in Arizona for a year and a half. She's on vacation for 2 weeks, and they've got this one woman training who is the exact opposite of me in every single conceivable way. But I'm showing her the ropes the best I can, but she's not there where she's ready to meet with students. So all the foot traffic, it all goes through me. And tomorrow we'll probably have several dozen people on campus.
Wow.
So that's one reason I can't participate too much in the chat because during the workday, because life's just so crazy.
I got you, man. Hey, listen, this is our hobby. This is for fun. With my knee situation now, and now that I got life in order, I can put a lot of time into this. The guy who's going to produce the show, I'm going to be coming out with shorts too, finally, and I'm going to start producing that and should see a nice splurge in the viewership. I think at 216 now, and that's just been doing, just the lives. Once I get the shorts going, should see a nice explosion with some production with it too to make it look all aesthetically pleasing.
That is one difference. I mean, guys, a lot of guys have a lot of content, but not everybody puts the graphics and the editing into it. And that's one thing I enjoyed, even though it's kind of a very basic level, what I know how to do. I do like throwing when I have the time to put some stuff in it just to give it some visual. Because when you're just throwing out a bunch of stats, numbers, and history like I do, it's nice to have a visual on the screen. And so that is one good thing to do. Just to let you know, because I got to run too. Before we went on, right as we went on, I uploaded a Rangers related video about Chris Kreider and why I think he will be the next New York Ranger to ultimately get his jersey number raised to the rafters of Madison Square Garden. I have not done a draft video. So I think this week, Sunday, I'm going to do something related to the draft, some possible targets, early round, late round. Not sure what I'm going to do just yet because there's so many draft videos out there, but I definitely want to put some draft stuff out there now that I've got kind of like my thoughts in place. So stay tuned for that. And hey, I want to thank everybody for watching our very short 2 hour and 45-minute extravaganza tonight, man. Not even halfway to the Mother's Day marathon, but that's all right.
Yeah, that was entertaining. For those of you that don't follow Adam, hit up his page. He's got a bunch of different content for different sports, Mets, Knicks, Rangers. He is a
little bit of everything. Yeah, even did some Islanders. Even did that. Yeah, just with the Hurricane series. So NY Sports Wicker Media. Although if you're one of the people in the chat, I'd be shocked if you haven't subscribed yet. If you're actually here tonight, so because we got the loyalists here tonight. The people who are here, they know us, and we know them. So
it's been fun. It's been very filling and very filling and rewarding to engage with these guys again. I see them in the other chats, and we're always friendly, but it's fun to see the constant comments, even from Iowan. I will admit, he's made me a fan. I don't pick on him anymore. He's a good dude.
Yes, he's made his
one green light to pick on me.
Yep. Iowa made his one every 2 months appearance. Very nice of him to.
I texted him today. I was like, I'm like, Daddy's back, and he's like, all right, I'll pop in. You want to answer Gitmo's question? I know we went over it earlier in the show before he was here. You want to answer this and then bounce, or do you have to go like immediately?
No, I'll just give a brief answer. I definitely think there will be. I don't think the players are necessarily going to surprise us, although I could see a late pick of a running back or a quarterback, like a developmental thing. But early on, I think we know what's going to happen. But I think there will be a trade or something like that that will catch us off guard. Like every year, he does something with the draft picks, and I don't see any reason to think it will. Let's just go ahead and call it. The Aaron Rodgers trade gets announced a week from today. Let's just go ahead and call it. Let's be bold. Let's end the drama. The Packers want the better picks. They're going to get him this year as opposed to next year. So I say by this time next week, the trade is executed.
Okay.
So there you go. There you go, Bob.
Nice.
And if I'm wrong, hey, I'll just be like every other football fan who thought it would have been done by now. So why not? I'll just get in line.
Yeah. I mean, what would we do as Jets fans if we weren't complaining about something? First, we complain about not having a quarterback, and now we complain about not having the quarterback quick enough.
Hey, we could always talk about MetLife Stadium and how much it sucks. We always have that to fall back on with our misery.
Yeah, it's the Rhombo without a roof, right?
Well, whatever it is,
it looks like a Rhombo. You know, the things that go around and vacuum.
Oh, the Romulus, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's got new turf anyway, so that's something to not be excited about.
And then they like got rid of it immediately because the dirt bike thing is there.
Oh, is that right?
There was one year that they couldn't host a draft there because MetLife booked that the weekend of the draft. So they didn't have a draft party one year, and now MetLife is like, wait a minute, like the Jets and Giants were like, you're screwing both of us here. Like we're having a draft party at our stadium.
Wow.
So, all right, brother. Good luck tomorrow, man. Kick ass. Do what you do best. Stay committed. Overcome. Adapt. And you'll be rewarded for it in the end.
Thanks, buddy. You keep getting better. Keep taking care of yourself, and we're all here for you.
Yeah, we'll talk, pal. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Love you too.
All right. Good night, everybody. Go Jets. See ya.
Later, pal. I hope to see you in chaos together more future in terms of week. You too. Have a charisma. Yeah. Thank you, Twist. I appreciate that. We joke that we met one time. He came out for the opener, and when people hear that I do shows and talk to her, they're like, how is that? And it's like, I feel like all of us were like separated at birth, like the group, the chat group that I'm in with Buffalo, Tigo, Dom, Jeremy, Adam, and Gunny from New York Jets Situation Report. It's like we all just click perfectly together. It's like we've like known each other all our lives. I value those guys' friendships a lot. The chemistry that we have on air, the friendships that we have, the shit that I've been going through the last couple months, those guys were some of the first ones to know about it because I trust them so much with all that we discuss. So it's good to see that it's not just one of us feeling that it's also picked up with that. So that's awesome, Twisted. Thank you for saying that and recognizing that. So her stroke and February and the road recovery is tough. So I wish you love. Thank you, man. I hope you're doing better, man. I hope it wasn't too severe. And you have my phone number. If you got a text or you need a friend to talk to, hit me up. Hope you're right on. Yeah, Gitmo. To go back with, I can't be up on my feet that long. I just at this point, I can't be out there. And I'll be honest, being new to sobriety, I just don't want to be around people being that wild. I was sober for 20 months, from February of 2016 to October 2017, and I fell off with when my dad got diagnosed with terminal cancer. But I was going to Jets games, I was going to Yankee games. Just right now with the knee and other things going on in life, aside from the sobriety, I just don't want to put myself in a situation that's going to stress me out because you know me, I can't shut my mouth. I'm going to say something if people are saying or doing stupid stuff, but in time I'll get out and I'm targeting the green and white scrimmage as my first time, like really going to like an event and taking the kids because they have a blast doing that. The Buffalo Jets. Yeah, Gimmo, it was fun to do, man. We were so happy that it came off the way that it did. Um, we spent some prep time in the chat figuring out how we want to do it, making sure we don't talk over one another, and we basically said, Buffalo, you facilitate it. You kick it who you want to kick to. We know we all want to talk. We all want to mention on every pick, but to make this not be a 40-hour show, we teamed everybody up with, like, me and Jeremy were together. Jeremy would critique my pick after I made it. I would critique his, and then we move on. Everybody had someone to critique, and we're very pleased with how it came about, and we had so much fun doing it that we're doing it again this Wednesday. That's a great comment, because that's how I was in the 2016 and the beginning of 2017. I had my kid with me at a game, and beer spilled on my kid. Somebody was overserved, like couldn't make it up the stand with the 2 beers, like spilling at people. And then he's sitting behind us as he goes to sit. He leans forward and spills beer a little bit on my arm and on my kid. And I got up and I grabbed him and I dragged him down to the security guard. And I go, get him the fuck out of here. He can't stand. He's spilling beer on people. He shouldn't have been getting served. And like they get him out. Like the other guards wanted to grab me because I literally dragged the guy down. His feet weren't walking. He was being dragged down the stairs. And the security guard, who I always had a good time with, he looks at me and goes, man, he goes, there were times I almost had to do that to you the last couple of years, and now you're doing my job for me. He's like, it's crazy how everything comes like full circle in life. I guess you won't be at Coney Island. Oh, if people are coming out, I'll hit Coney Island. I know my buddy Mark Riss lives right near me. He enjoyed going out last year. I can make that. I mean, that's not bad. Well, I stand on the street while you guys go on the roller coaster, and then we go eat. As long as everything works out. I mean, I don't know where I'm going to be at work-wise. I don't know. I got a couple companies calling me and I got a recruiter calling me who wants to place me in the company that'll hire. With my luck, the Jets will have the first 2 games at home. It'll be like the Chiefs, which is my daughter's second team, and then the opener will be the Giants, and I'll be away on training for 3 weeks. But it's long overdue. I've been putting off the CDL and driving because I was coaching youth sports. I was coaching my kids. And now I don't coach my daughter's softball, and my son's in high school. So I have no reason not to do it anymore. So whenever I'm ready physically and they have a class, I'm out. But if I'm here and I'm off, I'm 100% going to see everybody. Need to go fund me to think of Buffalo generator. Yeah, that was unfortunate that happened. It was like 48 degrees here, and he's telling me it was 85 up in Buffalo that day. So it was pretty nuts. He's got his super chats. But all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. It's a pleasure. Keep an eye out. Like I said, I got my buddy JR who's going to be doing production next week for the opening. We're gonna have a video that I'm gonna see for the first time. So 8:00 next Friday. Mark your calendar. It's a new era for the Proud New York Jets fan channel. We're gonna be rebranded, new logo, new video, more production in the show to make it more enjoyable for you guys on your end. So appreciate all of you who joined the chat. Tell your friends. It's we always have a good time. We always get really good feedback here when I do host. Unfortunately, with life, I haven't been able to do it as much as I want to, but this is going to be my Friday night meeting. Is hanging out with you guys for however long. We'll start at 8:00. We'll go to 10. For the rest of you looking for more content, Tigo is doing a draft on his channel, Talking Jets with Tigo. I told him I'd kick everybody over there, so you guys can head over there. And thank you. I appreciate you guys, and you really have no idea how much this fan base means to me with the GoFundMe that you guys helped out with, and in February, March to help keep my head above water when I couldn't, and just the relationships that have formed. I really, really appreciate our fan base. It's awesome to be a part of. So I hope everyone has a good night. And something that got stolen from me this year by the Jets social media people and the New York Post. I've been saying this since my first sign off, long before. As always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. And broadcast.